Yesterday on a plane, I was sitting there, and the guy next to me said, "Are you a football player?" And I said, "No." I said, "I used to." I said, "I played in high school."
He didn't ask if you were like a sprinter, a long
No,
sprinter?
he didn't. Yeah, he didn't ask. Yeah, he didn't ask.
He's been like, "Yeah, I'm a slot receiver."
He's like, "You shot put? You throw shot puts
Yeah.
around?" And I have a
Professional
kinship. I have a kinship with large fellas, and Shane Lowry is certainly in that brotherhood. So, the more fat guys succeed, the happier I am.
Foreplay, presented by Barstool Sports. We're recording, right?
Yeah.
All right. We're live at Wollaston Golf Club in Boston. First sight ever of the first Barstool Classic in 2019. We're here for the 75th Barstool Classic now. We got the whole squad. Myself, Dan, Trent, Frankie. We got all of our production. We got a big fucking team now. I got Zach shoving this fucking phone down our throats. And we got Bug and Alex Bush on the production side.
Yeah.
Jake Bass is not here. Hannah Cook's even here. She's around the corner somewhere.
Yeah, we roll as a full crew now. That's just like what we do.
We're just deep now.
I just see it's funny. I just see these people in different parts of the country. Like we were all in Myrtle Beach. I saw them there, and then I went to Iowa briefly, and then I came to Boston, and they're all just here.
Well, it's revved up. It's revved up for sure. I think we got used to.
Let's go.
I think we got used to. By the way, we're like right by the cart path, so you're gonna hear people driving by and screaming stuff at us, saying that I'm fat and I'm worthless and all this stuff. And you know,
that's your own. That's inside your
It's
head.
gonna
That's not
happen at
outside
some
your
point.
head.
I know it
Yeah,
is.
we
but
didn't hear that at all, actually.
We're just a full crew now. We're kind of getting away from it during the pandemic, where like everything was virtual and we weren't doing many podcasts in person. And now, we've got the full crew just doing things. We're traveling the whole country, and we're doing a lot of in-person podcasts. It's a better audio experience. It's a better podcast. It's a better product. It is what it is. So I'm loving this right now. I love seeing everyone.
Yeah, the dirty little secret of Zoom podcasts, as convenient as they are with people all over the country when we're all staying in different places, the dirty little secret is the chemistry is just like a fraction off.
Well, it's hard to like know when to speak and stuff when you can't look at someone and say, "Hey, I'm about to,"
There's social cues, there's all that stuff.
Mark Zuckerberg was on Joe Rogan, and I know we talk about that, like his guests a lot. I thought it was one of the more interesting things I've ever heard in my entire life when at one point Zuckerberg was talking about why he's building the metaverse and like all of these, like if you go into one of his video chats and you're in a virtual world, right? And by the way, we have this fucking ticking noise behind us because water is dripping and it sounds like a fucking torture chamber right behind my head. Can you guys hear this?
I mean, I can hear it. I'm just wondering
Can I just put the microphone up to it?
I think it's kind of rhythmic. It's like a white noise.
You can hear it, right, Alex? You're going to have to bump that.
It's a metronome.
It's nuts. I know. I'm going to start fucking like playing the bass drum with my feet.
I don't really notice it that much.
Oh, that's all I hear.
Once the conversation starts to flow, I don't hear it, but then when Frankie brings it up, it's the only thing I hear.
It's the only thing I hear.
Zuckerberg.
Anyway, so Zuckerberg was talking about how like when you're in this metaverse and you're basically have your VR glasses on, and then Trent has his VR glasses on, and you're having this conversation, you're looking at each other's avatar in this world. It's the first time through technology that you've ever been able to actually make eye contact with something. Because whether you're on FaceTime or you're looking through Zoom, in order to have your eyes perfectly going towards the other person, you have to look through the camera.
And then you're not
and
looking
then they
at
are
them.
looking at the screen. So you're actually never making eye contact, and he thinks that like humans are losing that sense of like, that's where you are and that's where I am. So he was saying that he's been doing a lot of research and studies on your surroundings and your memories, right? Like we're losing all of our memories, our social, like our awareness of memories, because like right now we're all going to remember that we were at Wollaston Golf Club doing this podcast, and Riggs was to my left, Danny was to my far left, and you were to my right. And through a Zoom, everyone's in the same position. Like you could be in my top right of my box on Zoom. You could be in my bottom left. I could be in your top left. So we have no spatial awareness
I'm in your
of
box
where we
too?
were. You're in my box.
Okay.
I was in Trent's box. So like there's no like awareness
Feels
of where
good.
you were. And now when
in
you're in
your
the metaverse, like we could have this conversation right here virtually, and you would be to my right, I would be to your left, just like we are in real life. So you have this like memory, and like we're able to like connect to it more. You know
It's
I know.
actually-
I listen to the podcast. I know exactly what you're
it's
talking about.
really, really interesting.
It's a really good point because I feel like when I'm on Zoom, I feel like maybe this is just me being vain, but I feel like I end up looking at myself more than anyone else.
Yeah, a lot.
Yes.
Like, and so you lose the experience of talking whilst looking at someone else's and reacting to their facial cues.
Right.
Also, if there's four, like I'm talking to you right now, Trent.
Yep.
I'm talking to you right now,
Yeah.
Frankie. When we're on
I can
Zoom,
talk to me, huh?
No.
we're already there. I don't need.
If you did it
I don't
three
need
times, it would have been too much.
Two is good. But you're right. It's like when you're talking on Zoom, you're just sort of talking to the Zoom.
Right.
I never really thought about that. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
It is.
And the fact that they're going to create a world where they're eliminating that, or they're going to fix that, basically.
Yeah,
It's fucking
Right, it
unbelievable.
I mean, he
becomes-
brings up good points where he's like, now you're just getting
Is
rid
this
of real
recent,
life.
this interview?
Yeah, it's really, you should
a
go
couple
definitely go
weeks
listen
ago.
to it.
It's good.
Rogan brings up good points. He's like, you're just getting rid of real life. Like, are we just going to eliminate real life experiences? But I guess Zuckerberg's point's like, we're already doing this where we're looking down at our phones. So why not enhance it so that we can at least be looking at things while doing technology?
Right.
You're not going to get rid of technology. So he wants to create where like we have glasses and like we're looking at this golf course and we can see fucking everything within the glasses. You can see the reads. You can see your text messages
I
pop
feel
up.
like
You can
Google
see
Glass was trying to do that a long time ago.
Yeah, they
They
were.
did try, yeah.
It just didn't really catch on.
No, I don't think so.
Because
that
that
was-
must have been like 2010, 20.
Yeah. That
when
was
they-
a while ago.
I remember seeing ads where it was like, oh, you could click, oh, that's that person, had facial recognition, and you
Right.
could contact them or message them.
I think
Basically, what's a big point of Zuckerberg's is the software meeting the hardware. Like right now, if you were to get the glasses that Frankie's talking about, they would be huge to
Yeah.
fit all of the technology.
Right.
But as we get further along, the technology gets smaller, so it's more day to day. You can just put them on. Like I'm wearing glasses.
And then
right
we
now.
get to the point where they're going to start putting chips in brains so that you can, like, because how are you going to access the modes? How are you going to go from camera to text to internet? You have to do something, whether it be a hand gesture or whatever. And he's saying at some point it's just going to be as simple as like twitching your arm or something because your brain's going to know how to do that. And that's like, all right, if you twitch your wrist left, it's photos. You twitch your wrist right. Fucking nuts, man.
It's the problem with Joe Rogan's shows.
Fucking
Every time I listen to it, I just think that the person is just like right and spot on.
I know.
I know, but
Every
this is
guest.
Zuckerberg, so at least it's not an opinion. He's just saying what he's doing. You know
And
what
it's
I
the
mean?
guy who's
It's
working
actually
on it
really-
every day.
It's
But
a
if I-
really interesting conversation.
But if you had someone else on who was like, you know, a scholar of
Oh, yeah, it's just
modern
right to me.
anthropology, you'd be like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to humans.
I always
Rogan just has my brain in a pretzel.
right. I always believe the last thing I heard.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's
yes.
just how I work.
Totally.
Oh, and I'll argue it till death until I hear somebody else.
It's like
I've
my
gotten
experience
in
going to live
trouble on this podcast
It'd be
because
like
of
I'd
that.
go to a PJ Tour event and I'd be like, damn, yeah, live is just the worst thing in the world. And then you go to a live event and you're like, what is the PGA Tour doing?
It really is. That is how our brain works.
I agree with that. Especially, like, I felt that way with Liv, like with interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
Like you'd listen tour, and then I'd listen to somebody on Liv who gives a good interview, and I'd be like, that makes a lot of sense right now.
Right.
It's like, it's
Yeah, like Harold Varner the other week had me like, this is starting to make a little bit of sense here.
totally. Like,
It's
yeah.
just how we work.
Pay me. We got to thank TaylorMade. We got to start with TaylorMade. Danny is now a TaylorMade guy officially.
Right.
Wow.
First time.
They've accepted you?
They've accepted me. They sent me a bag. It's a really, really nice bag.
Can you break 100?
I can break 100.
Now,
Okay.
you're a
you're in.
scratch golfer. How do you feel about now, like moving on to new clubs, a whole new deal?
Yeah, well, I haven't had a chance to get fit yet. So I
Okay.
sent them super nice Mike Essie, just a legend. That
Best.
guy.
Best.
I mean, that guy. Let's be honest, that guy's all time.
He
is.
That guy's all time.
He really is.
I sent him my old specs when I did get fitted for my old clubs, whose manufacturer we can't name, and they built a set that's pretty damn close. So I had clubs in Myrtle that I hadn't hit before, but you know I knew they were the right shaft. I knew they were the general right idea. Still a few tweaks to make, but yeah, they feel good. They feel really good.
The carbon wood, if you have paid attention all this year to Rory McIlroy, who nearly won yet again this past weekend at Wentworth, he was at Eastlake, where, you know, Rory became Rory yet again. He was averaging over 330 yards off the tee with the TaylorMade carbon wood, the Stealth that he's been rocking. How hard is it to make a driver face out of carbon, you might be asking? Well, it took TaylorMade 20 years to get it right. Remember when that guy unveiled it to us last year?
I do.
It's crazy.
And he was getting emotional.
I mean, think
We're
that's like your
like-
life's work. And
That makes
he's like, I got to show it to these guys, and hopefully they like it, and we loved it.
Why carbon, you might be asking? Because it gives you better energy transfer and faster ball speeds across the face. That's why carbon, that's the answer. That's why we go in carbon wood. We're out of the other phases. We're into the carbon wood era. TaylorMade compressed 60 layers of the stuff to create carbon twist face in the new Stealth drivers. Experience carbon for yourself. Stealth is obviously in stores now. Visit TaylorMadeGolf.com/Barstool to get your Stealth driver. Check out that link. That's TaylorMadeGolf.com/Barstool.
You know what's a golf friendship that I love that I saw this weekend as well, but I've been seeing it forever, is Shane Lowry and Rory McIlroy. Did you see their embrace after
The Irish lads.
They're just they obviously came up together, and after yesterday's finish, you know, they embraced, and they're like giving each other shit, but they're hugging, and Shane smacking Roy on the face. Like, that's a great relationship. I hope it's as good as I'm thinking it is, but it really seems like that's a pure friendship.
Shane Lowry, I agree. Shane Lowry, and Danny probably knows a lot more about this than we do, but I remember Shane Lowry had a great moment to where you can tell he is more belovedly like ruthless than
Yes.
than you would guess, because he's like kind of a jolly like Irish guy. And I remember when JT topped his 3-wood on at
St. Andrews.
the old course on the 18th hole, and then there was a clip from the next day when they were playing and he roasted one. And you just heard Shane Lowry and just a perfect last just go, "Oh, most improved." And JT immediately just goes like, "Why don't you go fuck yourself?" on the tee. And I was like, "Oh, they're like."
He seems like a great guy.
Yeah, I love Shane Lowry because he's the best version of. I mean, anyone who plays golf knows or knew someone at their club or growing up who was just like a big dude, doesn't look athletic, and then they get a golf club in their hands and they're like fucking Barishnikov.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just like so graceful through the ball. You watch Shane Lowry walk around, he's kind of waddling. Then you watch him on the pitching green or the chipping green, and you watch him like nip like, 7 just one hop and stops in a row, and he's so feel with it. The guy doesn't hit balls with a TrackMan. It's all feel. Doesn't really get lessons, and he's just so graceful with the club in his hand. And the juxtaposition between how he moves with a golf club and how he moves with it doesn't, you could tell like that man is just born to play golf.
Yeah.
Yes.
I liked watching him. He was like not giving high fives. Did you notice when he was like walking from green to tee, and the way he has to walk, he's so big, and like it was a struggle for him. He had to actually put his arms in between his like chest to like not give anyone high fives. It's like, dude, you cover way too much ground to not at least like move your arms out and let people touch you.
Like your
It
arms
was
are going
very
to contact
funny.
other people's arms.
He looked
So-
really awkward walking from green to tee with trying to avoid everyone.
And then yesterday after he won, he was like, "I got to get up at 6:45. They're picking me up." And this morning he put out a picture just hung over
Same
as
clothes.
balls.
Same clothes.
Same clothes. He likes to get after it. He
Irish
just seems like a great guy.
Well, there's
Yeah.
those videos after he won the Open.
Oh yeah,
that are pretty epic.
singing in the pub.
Singing in the pub. That was a big day for Ryder Cup Europe yesterday. They had a bunch of Euros at the top there. You had Rahm, you had
did.
Rory,
There
you had
was
Lowry.
I remember when Lowry too, when he won the Open, that was like the big cats of the world. A lot of the Barstool crew was pumped because it's like that's one of the fat guys. Like one, that's like you
Right.
root for them.
We love to see fat guys succeed. At least I
great.
do.
They're a
Especially in
dying
sports.
breed.
Why?
They're a dying breed in golf.
Why?
Why do you like to watch fat guys?
Because yesterday on a plane, I was sitting there and the guy next to me said, "Are you a football player?" And I said, "No." I said, "I used to." I said, "I played in high school."
He didn't ask if you were like a sprinter, a long
No, he
sprinter?
didn't. Yeah, he didn't ask. Yeah, he didn't ask.
He's been like, yeah, I'm a slot receiver.
He's like, you shot put? You throw shot puts
Yeah.
around? And I have a
Professional
kinship. I have a kinship with large fellas, and Shane Lowry is certainly in that brotherhood. So the more fat guys succeed, the happier I am.
We got a couple administrative things to get to. Number one, if you didn't listen to last Thursday's show yet, Sahith Thigala was fantastic. Saw a ton of tweets, comments, people reacting to how addicted that man is to competing, to video games, to chess. How many games of chess do you play a day now?
He played over 1,200 games of chess in the last 30 days, which, if you do the math, is over 40 games of chess per day.
Which is an unfathomable amount of
And he was
chess.
like in the playoffs for a lot of
I was
that.
insane. The guy is competing at the highest
40
level
games
in a
of
sport
chess
that-
a day for 30 days, regardless of the amount of time that's taking each game. It's just way too much chess.
So you play chess a little bit, Frankie.
Uh-huh.
How long does a match take generally?
It's different forms,
Well,
right?
yeah, if he's playing on that like chess.com app, there's like the speed rounds, and then there's like the ones where the notification will get sent. You can kind of put your phone on silent. Those take like days almost.
Right.
But the speed rounds are within 5-10 minutes.
Even if
Got
it's
it.
10 minutes, though, if you're playing 40 games, that's 400 minutes. That's 6 hours.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of chess. There's no two ways. There's no way around it.
Guy plays a lot of chess.
A
So
lot of chess.
And he's going to play a lot of whatever he's playing, it sounds like. No matter what.
it's correct. He's
It's
gonna
just chess right now.
Be really into it, whatever it is.
Flip a coin 200 times in a row, that guy.
Right.
So, he's the man. I can't wait to see him around now. One of our guys. Great interview. So go listen to that. You can watch. It's on YouTube now too. We had like no internet basically at the hotel, so it took forever to get the YouTube video up. Is that right? Yeah. So folks know our guys. And by the way, another thing I'd like to say, as I think Brendan Jones and Alex Bush and John Kelly. Well, John Kelly probably got more. Got to combine like 30 minutes of sleep on
Right.
Wednesday night. So we did filming all fucking day. We're out there from sun up to sundown. Then we get back. We had Sahith was at 8 p.m. and then we recorded the podcast after. I want to say we finished podcasting at 10:30 p.m. So then they have to stay up, edit promos for hours and hours and hours, edit the actual audio on the podcast, and then also try to get up the YouTube version of it. And when you try to upload a 2-hour high def, whatever the fuck it is, 4K video with all kinds of other bullshit and graphics they have to put on there, it takes forever to upload that to YouTube. So if the YouTube video is not right up at 6 a.m. when the podcast is up, stop fucking bitching. And the answer is because these guys work their dicks off, can't even sleep,
dude. And that
that
was a Wednesday, so Alex was handling the pod, and Breaking 90 was coming out the next day, and Brendan was working on that. So that they just got no sleep that night, and our tea time was 8:30 the next day.
21 minutes, right, or something like that. You
21 minutes.
Alex got 21 minutes.
Do we want to be advertising these like workplace conditions?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Because I think people they need to see what's going behind the scenes. There's been a lot of talk about our podcast recently and like all the changes that we've made to it and all this stuff. You know, this is commitment right here. Like this is what we decided to go forward with, and I'm very like fine saying that publicly. Is like these are the guys that we're putting our like lives. They have our lives in their hands. They are legitimately doing our job for us. Like they're the ones recording the audio. They're the ones putting out the fucking video. And these are the guys that like we need to back. Like it's insane that they slept for 21 minutes, and like I'm gonna go to the fucking depths of the earth for these guys because they put that work in for us.
We are exposing horrific work conditions, but we're giving them a shout out.
Yeah, well, and like they're now part of the team. Like they're gonna be
cool.
They are part of our squad. Like they're like the higher we go, the higher they go. That's just the way this is gonna work.
That's been one of my takeaways from the first couple of weeks. Is like these guys fucking work their ass off.
Yeah. And I don't know if people see it. Either.
You don't see it.
Crazy.
I'll tell you don't. Like I knew Brendan a little bit, just from the podcast and stuff, but I didn't know Alex. And like, from the outside, it looks like it's just four dudes kind of having fun, but there are adults in the room, and they're super important.
It's insane. I benefited by being Dave's guy behind the scenes, where he was very public about like my work, like effort being put in. Like whenever I was doing a lot, like he would always talk about it, and like it would be like he was very generous in that aspect. There's a lot of guys behind the scenes that work at Barstool that legitimately just do it for nothing. Like they don't get anything. You know what I mean? Like they're just fucking
there's work.
Grinding.
I was shocked when the first time I walked into the office. There was a whole floor. There's like the first floor of the office is like, you know, content people, like editors and personalities or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I expected that. And there's a whole other floor of just like business people who's like merchandising and sales.
It's
and
crazy.
All of these people are working so hard behind the scenes, and like it's. I don't want to say it's a thankless job but it's not the same where like they get, you know, go out in public and people are giving them high fives.
Right.
It's like they're just working to work, and it's really really cool.
Yeah, I think a lot of them like to like have their hand in a project. I mean, me and Brendan like to talk about that a lot. Like you're creating something when you're on that side. I used to love that with Dave. Like if we'd have like a really cool video or something, like we'd go out and do something that we knew was going to pop. Like this video is doing 3 million views. I know it. I know this is going to go viral. Like having your hand on that and being the one that does that's an awesome feeling. But yeah, I mean, at some point, like the word thankless, it probably is, right? Like you're just pumped.
To a
like
degree.
if you don't get it out by 8 a.m., people are literally telling you to go fuck yourself. It's
Right,
like
exactly.
crazy.
And then if it's out, no one's like, thanks so much for putting this out.
Right.
They only talk when they complain.
Like,
That's
when's
the
the next one
definition of
coming
thankless.
We're thanking you right now. So
Yeah.
now you've been thanked.
Yeah.
Hank has gone back with the PMT award-winning listeners every time they're like, "When's the pod going to come out?"
Yeah.
It's like his least favorite thing of all time. He's like, "We just stopped recording at 3 a.m."
And then he'll fuck around and be like, I'll drop it early if I get 10,000 likes or something.
Yeah.
And then the other logistical administrative thing, Dundonald Links, Thursday night, coming out on our YouTube page, episode 2 of the Scotland Travel Series. We obviously did Prestwick. We got a huge match coming up at Dundonald and the whole deal. We stayed there. So like our cottages, the green, and then we did a whiskey tasting that evening after our round at Dundonald Links. That was our biggest night.
It's all in the
in
episode.
Scotland.
This episode's probably going to be insane. Yeah.
Yep.
So we have
Brendan, right?
Brendan.
Brendan. Is Brendan?
Yes.
This
Brendan
guy that gave
from
us this fucking wine, whiskey tasting.
Bonahaven.
Put the whole thing from Bonahaven,
Bonahaven.
whiskey. And this guy they brought in, this guy's a cartoon character.
Is it Brendan Mc?
Was he actually in Austin Powers?
No, but
No.
he's phenomenal.
Gold member gave you whiskey?
Brendan
guy's
McCarran.
Yeah, that's right, McCarran. Amazing guy, incredibly funny. His presentation quality, as good as it gets. He's working the room. He's doing the thing. He's smelling it. He's swishing it around. He's teaching us how to do it. He's riffing with everybody in real time. He was fucking
Sounds like
phenomenal.
the seafood guy.
Yeah.
I wonder if we should have a foreplay
guy
with
was
some
better
of
than the seafood
the
guy.
more electric personalities.
I would say this guy put the seafood guy to shame.
Yeah, the seafood guy
And
was
I love
incredible
Chef
in Myrtle
Dylan.
Beach.
Chef Dylan.
Chef Dylan in Myrtle Beach was incredible, but this Brendan it was just different.
It's different. That's true.
It was a night. It was a night of Scottish whiskey drinking that we played this game. Are we gonna put the game in the video? We played this game, rolling the balls, and you have to try and keep them on. And then whenever someone would get it to stop, the whole place erupted. And we're drinking like 27-year-old whiskey. We're drinking 12-year-old whiskey.
You were spilling it all over the place.
We had this one whiskey that was in a barrel that they said is worth over 7 figures. He says it like could be priceless. Like,
Did you drink it?
Oh yeah, we drank it, we had to put this
Frankie
hell.
fucking
we put this
spilled
like
the first.
flask type thing in there. Basically, and the whole story's probably is it in the video? Like the story of dipping that shit in? Maybe not. But anyway, like they'd have these back in the days, the olden days, they would have these fucking barrels all lined up, and these guys would check to see how much whiskey was in each barrel because as the years go on, the whiskey evaporates. So these huge barrels only have like 20% of whiskey in them.
Really?
So that's why they become so valuable because there's less whiskey in these huge barrels because it's been 30 years of it evaporating. There's legitimately nothing left. So they'd stick these like metal, I don't even, what would you even call them?
It's a thing that I'm not going to be able to explain.
It's like basically a tube. It's a metal tube
Okay.
that you dip in on a chain and then you lift it up and then they were able to see how much whiskey was in because you'd hear if it hits the bottom or not. So we're doing that to like so Bunnahabhain had a specific barrel made for Dundonald Lynx, and it hadn't been opened in 27 years or something like that. And we opened it,
And you guys had the thing.
and we had the tube. So I'm
Unreal.
the first person to dip this
you
tube
spilled
into
it.
this thing. And yeah, he's like, all right, so I did the tube. That was fine. Now I have the tube in my hand. And it's filled with whiskey. And he goes, all right, now pour it into a glass. And now that, sometimes when you like pour something too soft,
Of course, it comes
it
out
like
like
comes
the
on your
front
hands.
edge. Yeah.
It was going everywhere.
Oh, man.
And he's like, okay, just put it in the glass. So now we're
Just
looking at the floor.
$60,000 on the ground.
Each drop was like $500. It was great whiskey. And you know what's crazier about the whole thing? The 12-year-old whiskey was better tasting than like the 30-year-old one. It was insane.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm always in a tough spot when you go to a tasting and there's one that's, clearly the superior one. They bring it out last, and you're like, kind of like the one before
Well,
that.
the guy who Brendan liked, his favorite of all time, I think, was the 12. So
Yeah.
he was like, that's the one I like.
Yeah, he loves the 12. All right, so that's coming out Thursday night. So make sure you're prepared, ready to rock with that. Episode 2, Scotland, the whole deal. These guys keep rolling, never going to be over.
Are we putting that out at a different time? Like, because I know Thursday Night Football got in our way last time. Are we starting to put them out at like 7? We'll do 7 o'clock now for the travel series, so that at least you can watch it leading up into football.
Yeah.
I don't want to go against big football.
No, big
Right.
football.
We
Big
thought-
football wins every time.
I thought about putting Breaking 90 up against football. I just wanted to see what would happen, but I bent the knee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you have
I bent
to
the
bend
knee.
You have to.
It's football.
Speaking of bending the knee, you haven't seen Thrones yet, so we can't talk about it. It's
This
just-
is
know.
honest, I'm like the most disappointed in you than I've ever been.
I've missed the
Busy
last 2
are you?
weeks.
It's an hour.
Well, so I missed last week. What were we doing last week?
Myrtle
We were
Beach.
in Myrtle.
We were in Myrtle, so I
Jerking
missed
our
it for
dick.
Myrtle.
What were
And then
we
I
doing
didn't. I
last
had all
week?
week. We were busy all week. These guys were getting 21 minutes of sleep. We weren't as busy as that, but we were going to bed late, and I just didn't get a chance to watch it. And then this last weekend, I went from Myrtle straight to Iowa because we did the Barstool College Football Show, which was a great success, huge turnout, a lot of fun, a lot of beers getting thrown at the stage. We had a
It's a great success.
it was a great time. But then, so all Saturday and all Saturday I was at the college football show, and I was with family and friends, so I didn't have a chance to watch it then. And then Sunday I traveled all day yesterday to come to Boston, and I just didn't have a chance to watch it. So
What do you
I'm now
mean? That's
You
when you
travel
watch it,
all
is
day.
you travel all day, so you watch a 1-hour episode while you're
would you do?
What do
traveling.
you mean traveled all day,
Did you
right?
take a boat?
I did travel all day.
horse and carriage?
No. I went. It was 8 hours of travel.
Wow.
Or 7 because
You
I
told me on the putting green you had a 3-hour layover. You couldn't have watched Thrones during that layover.
So here's the other thing. I didn't bring my laptop on this trip, and I refused.
Whatever. You have to watch Game of Thrones.
I
You have
refuse to watch
Game
it
of
on my
Thrones.
phone. Every time I say I'm going to go, I was like, oh, I'm going to wait and watch Top Gun at my TV. You're like, you got to see it in the theater. So now imagine if I
Top
watch.
Gun is a theater movie. I said there's a difference between Thrones and Top Gun. Top Gun's like a pleasure of watching.
By the way,
the
these guys behind us are trying to make putts and we're yelling about Game of Thrones. I feel a little bit
Top
bad.
Gun's a pleasure of watching like the cinematic whatever. It's like you watch it in the movie theater type movie. You don't watch Top Gun for like the drama and
you,
the titties.
you need to feel the vibration of the engine.
Yeah,
I-
dude, you could have watched fucking Game of Thrones anything. On
I
anything.
want to see those titties on a TV screen.
You could.
Oh, he made it.
Nice
Let's
putt.
go.
Hell of a putt. Let's go.
Let's
He made
go.
it. Great putt. There you
That's
go.
huge. That makes me feel better.
I know.
Yeah.
I felt bad. I really started yelling.
You gotta fucking watch Thrones so we can
I'm
talk
gonna-
about it on
here's what I'm
Thursday.
to our listeners saying that we were going to recap our version, like what
I've
we
been
thought
keeping
about
up.
Game of Thrones.
I
The
will
only
walk away from
recap
the table
show that
right now.
doesn't do recaps.
See, here's the thing. I'm now giving you an option. You're saying no. I'll walk away from the table right now.
We want you at the table, though.
We want you at the
We like
table,
when you're at the
man.
table.
But I'm right now. I'm
Just
not in a position to be at the
Yeah,
table.
no, but
tits
that's
and
we wish
ass
you were in
and
that
there's
position.
drama.
That's why it stinks.
No, it's fine.
No,
Get
come back,
here.
come back.
He's running away.
Trent, what do you got to pee or something? Is that why he's doing that?
He's running away.
He's going to pee.
All right, so he's gone. So I guess we'll put a spoiler on this for Game of Thrones listeners or watchers that have not seen it yet. Like Trent, you've dropped the ball.
I would say last night's episode I thought was shocking.
It was shocking. I mean, last
I just
night's
didn't see it
episode
go in that direction.
also shows you that George R.R. Martin just loves just family members hooking up. He's
Big
just
incest guy.
He's a
Big
huge incest
guy.
It's crazy.
But that's kind of a thing. You knew that with the Targaryens. Like,
Yeah.
you know, they're all so blonde and they have all that white hair. They have to be careful about, like, It's a very pure bloodline.
last night's episode set up so much uncertainty. I thought, like, the way that the series was going, you could kind of see where it was going. Like, you thought that Daemon was going to be this good guy that they're trying to portray as bad in the beginning. I thought I saw that storyline coming.
You were big on that.
I
one.
was big, and I mean, it's kind of true. Like, he's
Yeah,
really-
it's not
he's
over
a good
yet.
guy. Like, he's
complicated.
He's complicated, but I think he has good intentions. You know who I actually gained a lot of respect for after this episode was the King. I thought the King was super nice and also doesn't overreact. Like, you'd think a king in his, like, he would be beheading people, but he actually
100%.
loves his, like, family.
He
He's
loves
like a
his family.
good-hearted
He
guy.
loves his brother. Yeah, that move of his brother's basically starting a war without his consent.
Right.
Like, you know, Baratheon or whatever the kings were.
Oh.
Like, Joffrey would have skinned him alive
Oh my
for that.
God. He's
he
a
shows a
good
lot of
guy.
restraint, and he also, like, it takes a very mature guy to have his brother kind of, like, publicly emasculate him like that.
Yeah.
And he just kind of takes it.
It's you can tell too, like how torn he is because it's like I feel like I've seen already 5 different times where he embraced him and was like, "You're the best," and 5 different times where he's basically tried to exile him and be like, "You're the worst."
I know.
And we're fucking 4 episodes in, so it's gonna
Brothers, man. Brothers.
The King's in a bad
Brothers.
spot.
Yeah.
He's in a really bad spot because now he doesn't know what the fuck to do.
We had like this past weekend, I had some buddies visiting Piners for playing, and we were doing high-low handicaps all the time. So it turned out that our 2 buddies that are brothers were teammates the whole time, and we were laughing throughout of like nobody gets higher than brothers, and nobody can get lower than brothers.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it's just-
I got a friend who are twins, and I don't talk to them all that often. You check. Sometimes they're best friends. Sometimes they'll be like, "Yeah, we're not talking."
Yeah.
And it's like, it's nothing serious.
At one-
You know what I mean? Just like a couple of weeks where like we just need a break from each other.
Yeah.
At one point, there's the round wasn't going great for them. At one point, one guy's like chipping again, and I see him chip out of the green, and then I just see him look up and go, "Don't shake your fucking head at me," to his brother. His brother's just on the green like Jesus, and I was like, "That's brothers, dude." Like, and so now you're getting it play out, obviously on fucking Thrones, and yeah, I endless uncertainty last time. Felt like I didn't know who the characters were almost at the end of it. Like, oh Jesus, like they kind of win.
Rhaenyra. How do you say it? Rhaenyra?
Rhaenyra.
She's just horned up right now. So obviously Daemon like unlocked something out of her where now she's like everyone that's
Gets
around
her going.
she's just like hooking up with them. So now she's got the knight in the mix, and like who knows if like he has a baby in her now. Like that could be a whole new thing where like different heirs are going to be involved now.
That would be something.
Otto's a fucking snake. I knew it from the beginning.
I couldn't believe the king called him out on it. I
Yeah,
was like,
but you know what? That is like the king has been like taken advantage of. Like Otto played him like a fiddle with his daughter being there. Lady Alicent obviously was there to produce Otto's grandson as now having blood on the throne, and now Otto sees this whole plan foiling right in front of him, and he's like, "What the fuck? How did this happen?"
You could tell though from just the casting job and his facial expressions from the first episode, you could tell that Otto had something up his sleeve.
Oh yeah,
You know?
see, I'm almost more believing that it's going to go the other way now. That like Otto's going to somehow, he's going to be Professor Snape at the end of it.
Otto was a good guy the whole time.
Something like, because it's almost too obvious now.
I
It's
know.
like the king when it was presented to him that like Otto's clearly the wrong guy, and then when he followed it up by doing what she asked, which was basically you need to like deal with this first, and he dealt with it. I was like, this is too obvious. This
Yeah,
is going like
it is
too
obvious.
smoothly.
It is obvious.
Where everyone watching was thinking the same thing. They don't like when we all are on the right.
And
page.
I don't think the king is going to continue to be as like balanced and in control of his emotions as he's been.
Well, he's falling apart.
Yeah.
He's like he's got holes and sores all over his back.
Well, I
fucking
think that's
disgusting.
that's going to continue to like wreak havoc on his brain.
And his wife, like Lady Allison, like clearly hates him. I mean, that was
How
one
would
of the
you
more
not?
that was one of the more disturbing sex scenes I've
That
ever seen in my
sucked.
entire life.
That
She was like
sucked.
in pain and didn't even want to like be a part of it. And I like legitimately couldn't even watch that. That was insane.
That
so
sucked.
that they are definitely trying to get you to feel bad for her in the sense that like she's gonna have a moment where either she's gonna like kill him or like something. She's
you
not.
do feel
happy
bad for her,
now.
right? She didn't really ask for this.
No.
She was best friends with Rhaenyra, right? They were
Yeah.
like pals.
Yeah,
All of a
almost
sudden,
so
she's-
much so that I thought that they were going to be like a couple. Like,
Yeah.
they
I
were,
still
like,
think they were like holding hands.
Yeah.
I did sort of have Rhaenyra has given some signs that maybe she might also
right,
be
and
into
now
girls.
she's like going the other way 100% now, where she's like
Yeah.
fucking
Getting
anything that
fucked
walks.
by everything
It's
that
like,
walks past her.
She might be, yeah. Maybe she's just mad that her like lover is now her fucking stepmom.
maybe she's
It's
just maybe
I
she's
think
just,
I'd be rattled.
maybe she's like sexually fluid and she's just
Who
like
knows?
3,000 years ahead
she
of her
hooked up with her
time.
uncle, so I mean anything could happen. All right, Trent, you can come back, you piece of shit. He's been staring at us through the.
Let's
inside
talk
of the
about Myrtle
clubhouse
Beach,
of
boys. Play
Wallaston.
golf, Myrtle Beach. We were just there last week. We had a fucking blast. I was telling everybody all weekend about the golf courses, about True Blue, about Pauly's Plantation, that back nine, a bunch of those par threes that people warned us about, yet we still had to go play them and get, well, you'll see what happened. But anyways, play golf, Myrtle Beach. We were there for the week. First time really spending any time there, from the restaurants to the home run derby that we got to do.
So much fun.
Just a blast. And we saw, it feels like 1% of Myrtle Beach. There's
Yeah.
just so much to do.
It's definitely a place that you want to go to and make it a yearly trip. So definitely go check it out. Visit BarstoolMyrtleBeach.com. We've got all the deals on there. It's an amazing place. I think you can go there 5 years in a row, play 5 different golf courses each time, and you'll have the best time every single year. You try different restaurants, you try different activities.
Woke up looking at the beach and the sun
yeah.
rising over
And the golf isn't
Atlantic.
that expensive,
That's what I was
right?
just thinking.
It's not
Yeah.
that expensive. It's
just not
very
that expensive.
affordable.
That's you don't get that like wake up by the beach, play really really good golf courses for that price. You just
under
don't.
$100 for like the best.
It just
courses
doesn't
that
really
we saw.
happen.
Right.
You get an Airbnb with your friends or whatever, and get whatever group accommodations, and it's really doable.
We were there for Labor
Yeah.
Day, so it was packed the first day we got there. Obviously, the beach was a fucking zoo. But then the next 3 days after that all cleared out, it was a beautiful beach.
Yeah, well,
the first day was like chaos, right? Because it was Labor Day. What?
It was like
Saturday or
Daytona
Sunday,
Beach.
whatever it
No, I
was.
think it was Monday.
Well, that was
Labor Day.
Monday,
Yeah.
actual Labor Day. So
Yeah.
everyone was off. They were all at the beach.
they
Probably
were
the last day of
celebrating
their trip.
their breakaway from labor that
Yeah.
day.
So,
They're
and
on
then
that
like Tuesday,
fucking beach
Wednesday,
in front of
Thursday
us.
was a white beach that had like, it looked like, I don't know, it looked like the West Coast.
You made a really good point where we were out to dinner on the pier, and you were like, if this was in California, people would be going crazy for this.
Yeah.
But just because it's in Myrtle and that's not California, for some reason people look at it in a different way, but it looks just
Bro, there
like
was
California.
a Ferris wheel. There was an ocean line. There was like all these restaurants on the ocean. I looked out. I'm like, that kind of looks like Santa Monica Pier, just without the little bit of a mountain in the background.
Right.
And it looks just like it. So definitely go check it out. It's definitely worth the trip.
BarstoolMyrtleBeach.com to get a free round of golf. All you got to do is request a no obligation quote. You will receive a free round on one of 21 different Myrtle Beach golf courses. Remember to check out the exclusive Barstool Brews Bucks package while you are there. When we were there last week, we played 3 courses that you can book at BarstoolMyrtleBeach.com. TBC Myrtle Beach, Pine Lakes Country Club, which is the granddaddy, and Pauly's Plantation. If you're looking for great golf, great times, and great value, it all starts with Myrtle Beach golf trips. Start planning your golf trip at BarstoolMyrtleBeach.com to get a free round of golf while checking out the Barstool Brews Bucks package.
So I've secured us Lasik.
Really?
Yeah.
with Northwestern guy.
No.
When are you guys doing it?
So Brad
me.
Kligman is this guy. He went to my high school. Apparently, we like share this. We're alma mater, but he's like the best guy apparently on Long Island.
Okay.
Manhasset guy, does a lot of stuff with all the athletes.
Mr. Lasik.
He is Mr. Lasik. He's like legit. Actually, like an optometrist messaged me and was like, "You don't go to like another state. Like stay within Long Island. You're gonna have to go like get checkups and stuff. So it's like easier to do it where you're living." And this guy is legit. I looked him up. He seems very, very legit. He's like was a Cleveland Clinic fellowship trained LASIK surgeon. He's got stuff in the city. Whatever. He's very, very qualified.
Okay.
I've checked on him, and basically he was telling me like, "We can do this whole thing, man," and like. We're gonna do it.
How'd
So-
that vetting process go? Where'd you start? Just Google?
Yeah, Googled
Had to
him.
be
He
Googled.
seemed like a good dude.
Okay.
What about LinkedIn? Did you go on LinkedIn? At
I
all?
didn't go on LinkedIn, no. But he's got all the things next to his name.
got,
even
like, a
on his
profile.
on his Instagram, it's board certified
Oh,
ophthalmologist,
you found him on
LASIK
the
and
gram.
laser, cataract surgeon, dry eye specialist, Cornell and Columbia. He went to. So the guy knows what the fuck.
Those
he's
are good
doing.
ones. All right,
schools,
so
but yeah.
Cornell, NYU, and Columbia, and Cleveland Clinic.
Not bad.
So he went to all of them.
we film it all.
So we're gonna film the whole process. Essentially, what he was saying for me is I'm gonna need to decide a day that we're gonna go, and then I'm not gonna wear my contacts for 2 weeks leading up to it.
Wow.
That'll be a fun experience.
Wow.
So I'll just wear glasses when we're golfing. I'm assuming we're gonna do this in October. I told him maybe like late October.
How long are you going to be not able to golf after the surgery?
I'm pretty sure it's like quick.
I think it's
And
like
Tiger would be out there same day.
I think it's less than 48 hours. Is my guess.
days.
Oh, really?
I had a buddy that I was just with. Big Rob got LASIK in one eye because the other eye wasn't LASIKable. I don't know. It's just he has
Big
one.
Rob
eye.
is the best.
Big Rob. I have a buddy Rob that's just an absolute problem. He's 6'6".
Rob.
He's just.
I'm surprised they didn't blind him during the
He
thing.
played in fucking a pickleball tournament the other day, and he got medically DQ'd because he puked on the court, and they had to take him off in the championship.
That's not allowed?
No, he was puking all over the court
bullshit.
because he was so out of fucking
Should be
shape.
allowed.
Danny, that's the tip of the iceberg.
Pickleball
Big
isn't
Rob.
really that tiring.
It is tiring when you're Big Rob. He's all over the place. He also never laughed at work. He just plugs in data, and he says he's never actually experienced a moment where he's chuckled at work. It's all just
Not once.
What is he, like a data analyst? or
yeah.
something?
It's just like for whatever he's doing, plugging numbers to make it.
He's just a robot.
He's
to,
just
like,
on the
get a
wheel.
paycheck. That's
He's
it.
just a rat on a
So,
wheel.
Yeah, we go out to dinner the other night. We're watching all the football games on Saturday night, and we're watching the UFC event. And he's telling this story about something happening to him, and he slides on the chair and goes, "No!" I like this, and just falls back into a wall. Basically, breaks the wall at this restaurant. Things are falling off the wall. Art's going everywhere. We're looking at him like, "Rob, imagine a 6'6" guy, leg going up, the chair goes back. It looked like a cartoon where all the smoke comes up when he hits it.
Yeah.
and the whole restaurant just got dead quiet. Like,
We're
how
talking
did that
like 300
person?
pounds? Like how big?
No. He's like
He's
6'6",
tall.
250, 240.
Yeah, probably like 240.
240.
That'd be my guess.
Yeah, he's probably not gonna like that. He's probably like 240, 235.
But trim.
Give him the benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
It's,
He
who cares
wears it
on the
really well.
show?
I met him
Yeah,
at
there
your
you go.
birthday party.
Whatever.
He wears it well.
The moral of the story is that he got LASIK in
All
one
right, so
eye.
we're gonna get LASIK.
We're gonna get LASIK
Sick
surgery.
in one eye.
All right. I'm starting to get a little nervous about it, but I'm in.
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
there
there's
a
a bunch of
chance-
different procedures. So he's gonna like really evaluate us to see if we're number one eligible for it, and number two, which procedure to use and all that stuff. So that's why he was saying we could save some time if I just. So I guess we could go like tomorrow and get checked out, and then like we'd have to keep going back. But he was saying that if I walk in with no contacts in for 2 weeks, I eliminate the first meeting. I guess.
Yeah, just do that.
So
You
I can do it all in one day.
Turns out you can't just like one click buy LASIK.
No,
you
you
can't
gotta
just like check it off.
And then we gotta go back 2 days after.
So you guys should go like 2 weeks after you get back from Big Cedar Lodge.
right?
Yeah.
Should be
which
like
is-
October 21st or something like that.
Right.
I'm genuinely more worried about not being a glasses guy anymore than I am about the actual procedure.
Yeah, dude, that's a huge life change.
You looked great when you took them off. the
I
other
know,
day.
but like,
Oh my god!
I know, but
you just
people-
took them off again.
it's so stupid to think about it this way, but it is genuinely how I think about it. I have such a public life, and we do so many videos and stuff. Like,
You are just a Trent with glasses.
I'm just gonna wear no glasses.
I think you got to own it.
I do too. I think it'd be great.
Okay.
Is your experience better not wearing them, or have
He
you
doesn't
never not
know.
worn them?
I mean, definitely lived a good amount of my life, probably 18, 19 years without them.
You didn't need them, or you wore contacts?
I didn't need them.
Okay.
And then I got them and I needed them. So it's been 15 years.
So you never wore contacts in public.
There was a stretch, and it was before I had this job where I wore contacts, but then I just got glasses. So, but my whole professional career with Barstool, I've had glasses.
Yeah.
Do you
get
have a-
drawings with you with the glasses on? When they do your silhouette, you have glasses.
Yeah, I will say when Millmore, who's now putting shorts back out, which are incredible, and everyone should watch them. He makes me Bobby from King of the Hill, and he doesn't wear glasses.
Yeah,
so
true.
that's part of it. But everywhere else, I wear glasses. So it's a stupid thing to be like sort of worried about, but it is what I'm sort of worried about.
Do you have a plastic surgeon lined up for the creases on the side of your head?
I know those are going to take a while, and I know for
self tanner. We
I
gotta have
know
some self tanner ready to go.
for like 6 to 12 months, I'm going to keep doing this, adjusting my glasses, probably poke myself in the eye a couple times. I'm going to do it with you.
Good.
And I'm excited to do it. I'm just letting everyone know these are my worries. But they're not
I'm
that
worried
serious.
about going blind, but it is.
I'm less worried about that.
Is that's not like a real? Is that like a real chance?
I don't
that could
know.
happen?
If I go blind, I'll just show myself.
There's no
also
way it's as
think-
common as it is if that's like a legitimate
No,
possibility.
I do think that we're doing it a little bit later in life, where like we're like I think when we turn like 40 and 50, we're gonna have to like maybe wear like a bunch of my buddies that have had it, like they say you're gonna have to end up wearing glasses at some point because it's gonna go away. You know what I mean? Like your eyes start to change, and like you might need reading glasses. Like,
but there's a period in between. And I've been wearing glasses already, so I already know what
you're
that's
living
like.
life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's going to be a good 10 to 15 years where it's like I wake up and I can read everything.
I think we filmed the whole process and put it out.
I'm in.
You know?
Yeah.
I think people will love that. We'll like add it to the end of like a Breaking 90 or something.
Okay.
Lasik with the fellas.
Yeah. What?
Oh yeah, we've been talking about the reason I've been wanting to get it is because of breaking 90.
Maybe that
just makes my life easier.
Maybe you'll break 90 after you get LASIK. Just like I got better after I met my like psychologist. You know, I noticed that I needed something. I went to Dr. Brett McCabe, and now I'm a better golfer. This might be your thing.
I have had people reach out to me before saying that people who wear glasses when they golf, there is that. I mean, you're looking through something.
Depth perception problem.
Right. So no matter what, it's not pure because there's glasses there. So maybe if I get LASIK, I'll be able to hit the ball better.
Just think about how rare it is for someone on the PGA Tour to wear glasses. It almost never happens.
Who was the
Dylan
last?
Meyer?
Yeah.
That's about.
Who's that? Who's
Was
that?
he even really on the PGA Tour?
Who's the guy that wears the
Shots at
crazy
Dylan Meyer.
ones?
We like Dylan Meyer. He's friend of the program. We had him on.
Fratelli?
Fratelli.
Fratelli, but I think
John Deere
he wears
Classic
like gym shades now. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Where
he
they're
looks like a hardo.
Yeah.
where they're like almost sunglasses.
Do I
That are
remember
just clear.
VJ Singh wearing them sometimes?
Yes, I think that's right. I think as a senior,
Not all the time,
I think
though.
as a senior,
Yeah,
he's
not all
one.
the
Such a
time,
good
though.
point that
Yeah.
you don't see people in
But
PGA
there are a
Tour
lot of
glasses.
guys who wear contacts. Obviously, a lot of them, especially because they spend so much time in the sun and they can't
Tigers
see.
had a bunch of LASIK done, right?
Tigers had a bunch of LASIK done.
Has he really?
How do you have
Yeah.
a bunch of LASIK done?
I think if you get LASIK early
That's a
and
good
then you're in
question.
the sun all day and you never wear sunglasses, probably not good for your eyes. Like you
But
said, I
can
think
you
it
get
runs-
multiple versions?
I
of
think you can.
LASIK, really?
Well, it's like back fusions expire. My mom had a
Tigers-
back fusion like 15 years ago. She like almost has to get another one.
But I think
Tiger-
LASIK like shaves off layers of your eye, and then like they don't come back, so like you can't get it twice.
Tiger's probably got new eyeballs
he's a robot.
to a degree.
Yeah. Well,
He's our robot.
Yeah, he is. But he's just like pieced together. At this
All right,
point.
I'm gonna get LASIK.
Yeah, I'll introduce you to this Brad guy, this Brad fella. He's been to every single college in the fucking East Coast.
Okay.
All right, we got quite a bit to get into, boys. I'm
Let's
excited
do it.
about this show. It's going to be a fun show. I first got to talk about, so apparently, according to my little sheet here, Truebill has changed names to Rocket Money.
Yeah, Rocket Mortgage, right? Did they buy them?
I don't know if
Is
they
that
did,
what
but it says Rocket Money right here.
I got an update saying that Rocket Money, you've spent $1,400 this month or whatever, and like over. And I was
Yeah,
like,
my
"Who's Rocket
email's
Money?"
changed.
I thought I got hacked. I
Me
was
too.
getting an email from Rocket Money saying I spent X amount of dollars, and I was like, "Well, how do they know that?" And yeah, they're now the owners of Truebill.
So right here it says says that I love using Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill.
There you go.
Let me talk about this app, which is called Rocket Money now. This puppy, you sync this thing up. And Dan, you're going to love this. You sync this
excited.
thing up to your credit card, to your bank accounts, and it goes through and it notifies you about all the subscriptions that you have.
I need this.
It very much flags them if they seem unnecessary to your life. And then it flags you and notifies you on your spendings if they're sketchy, if they seem like they're not in line with kind of like other stuff. It seems like, hey, you might want, somehow you ended up getting looped into this monthly thing or every 6-month thing. It'll flag all of that, and then it'll also give you incredible insight into how much you spend on certain things. Some people might not want that. That's
Spent
fine. You
$1,200
don't
on
have
Starbucks
to-
last
you don't
year.
have to
I
spend
just feel like it's one of some
How
of this
much?
information.
$1,200.
It's, information is your friend. As long as you're strong and you can handle it, information is your friend.
Yeah. But it is eye opening. This Rocket Money. Do you think 1,200 is a lot or not on Starbucks?
Well, that's not nearly
it's
as
like
much
four-
as I spent like $2,000 on Taco Bell. Remember that?
Trent, that's like $4 a day.
it is $4 a day. It's exactly what I spend.
But see, I would say that makes sense that it would be less because obviously a Starbucks order is just a coffee, whereas when you eat a full meal somewhere,
Yeah.
like my
Yeah.
Chipotle is fucking high.
Oh, true.
I get it every day when I'm back in Scottsdale.
Do you?
Every
Do you
day.
change it up or
Same exact thing every day.
What do you get?
I get a chicken burrito. I get brown rice
in the burrito?
inside of the burrito. I get brown rice. I get medium salsa.
Okay.
I get guac and corn.
No sour cream?
No protein.
Chicken.
Oh, you get chicken.
Chicken burrito.
I'm out on cheese and sour cream because I'm trying to do less dairy. And,
Yeah.
And so the reason I get that, there's a couple. One, it's delicious. Two, it's pretty healthy.
yeah.
And I think it's really
Without the cheese
hard.
and sour cream makes a big difference.
I think it's really hard to find something that is truly delicious and pretty fucking healthy for you.
So I completely
And so that's why
agree.
I pretty much go to Chipotle every day.
That's pretty good.
And I haven't gotten sick of it yet. I never bite into it, and I'm like, it's okay today. It's
Yeah.
just always fantastic.
All right, I like it, but you spent a lot of money on it.
And Rocket Money tells me that.
Yeah.
They give me the info right there. Cancel unnecessary subscriptions with Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/4. Seriously, it could save you hundreds per year. That's rocketmoney.com/4. Incredible application they got there. All right, I want to talk about this BMW Championship really quickly. Sergio Garcia gets shit on pretty much by all golf Twitter and such over the weekend. Posts first round 76, withdraws from the tournament without really giving any reason whatsoever. Important to note, when he took his place in the field, the first alternate, what's this guy's name? Alfredo
We want to Rom's good pals.
Heredia,
Okay.
Spanish guy. One of Rom's good pals, who was 134th for the cutoff for the 2023 cards, currently at 121. So if he gets in, decent chance that he could obviously have a chance to then get his card for for obviously next year. It changes his whole fucking life, career. It's a great spot, whatever. Because Sergio took his spot, this guy, can't get in, doesn't get in. Sergio then posts first round 76, withdraws, doesn't really give a reason, and then Saturday just appears that he's at the Bama, Texas football game.
I had a couple people being like, "Oh, well, you're not complaining about the other people withdrawing." It's like, buddy, context matters here. Like,
Yeah,
the
it
issue
does.
is not with the withdrawal. People withdraw from tournaments all the time. It's you're going to go join Live. You're going to then fight for your spot. You're going to go shoot 76, just quit, and then just lay low for a couple days.
Right.
Like, just lay low till the tournament's over. You don't have to
And
go
it was
to
like
see
his
college
wife
game
posted
day.
it on Twitter of like, so glad we can make it to like support our pal.
It's brazen.
It's just a tough look. And when you're Sergio too, and you've had the whole thing where he's splashing bunkers in Saudi Arabia, and he can be kind of a lunatic, and he can very much be hated at times, to then add this to his resume and his rap sheet right now. It's just a tough look.
It is a slippery slope, though. Like, I don't think we can never just blame someone, because there's always a first man out, right? Like, there's always a first guy who didn't get in, first alternate. Like, that's just the nature of an individual sport.
Yeah.
But this wasn't the same. This was a different case.
I do agree with you. I was thinking about this over the weekend at first, that my first instinct is never in these situations to agree with the phrasing of he took a spot from someone else, because this is an individual sport based on merit. He earned that spot. That's his spot. The other guy just hasn't earned that spot.
Right.
So I do think that, like, phrasing, when people phrase it that way, it always sits a little bit wrong with me. I get it. I get all the context. I get if he's just going to go to the football game, like, probably could have done this guy solid and just not even played in the tournament, so the guy had a chance.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it is his spot. He can do whatever fuck he wants with it. He earned it.
Yeah, it's like, I remember Vijay Singh played on it's a little different when it's a sponsor's exemption, because maybe you didn't necessarily earn the spot. But
True.
I remember Vijay played the Memorial a couple of years ago, and there was a lot of people online being like, he's taking the spot of a young pro who's hungry, and it's like, it's not a charity. You can't think that way.
No.
You
Yeah.
have to be out for yourself, because if not, then again, there's always, we all follow Monday Q. There's so many guys around the country who would kill for a spot, and if you think about them when you're deciding whether or not to play, you're never going to enter any tournament in the world. So I don't have a problem with him playing the tournament that he's entitled to play. It's just, he clearly didn't have much desire to actually be there, and you're wondering why go in the first place? Is it just to prove a point? Is it just to, like, stick it to the European tour?
Right. Why go all the way over there? It's not like you could
And
just
it's like
play-
these guys saying all about the schedule and stuff. They played Chicago, or they played Boston last week, and the Live guys, then they go to Wentworth, and then they're playing again this week in Chicago. It's quite a lot of golf.
Yeah.
It is.
Doesn't seem like less on the schedule thing. No. Almost like they've been full of shit at times. And then my last big note from the BMW Championship is that Queen Elizabeth died, and they suspended play due to the death of the Queen.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, I like the Queen. I like the royal family. I find it all very interesting. And we just had a 10-minute conversation about a fake king and queen and dragons in Game of Thrones, and
We
we
could have
have
a 10-minute conversation about another fake king and queen for 10 minutes.
well, they are real. They're like very real. They're like in real life. They wear crowns and shit, and I just find that stuff interesting.
I was a little bit surprised by the reaction.
How
amongst us?
Remember, were we in the car on our way to some place in
when
Myrtle?
they canceled the Premier League games.
They didn't. Did they cancel?
Oh no!
them, or
First it was the advertising.
they took the end. Were like, well, they're going to show the game with no advertisement. It's like, it's a very specific way to honor the queen.
the Queen hated all the ads for Yokohama Tire. She just
And then they
couldn't
just
stand
canceled
it.
games, right?
They canceled all the Premier League games this weekend. They paused the golf tournament for a full day. I saw people saying, you know, if a U.S. sitting president died, the U.S. wouldn't just go. It's different. She was a monarch, and she was 96 years old. It wasn't like she was calling the shots and running the country. You know what I mean?
Right.
I guess I won't ever understand not being British, but I just thought that like a total moratorium on sports, like that's what people like. You know what I mean? Have a moment of silence, play the games, and
I
go
guess
on.
think about 70 years of not just her life, but she was at the head of state, like basically affecting the culture in England, right? Like whatever she said, like she was a huge part of their culture.
Huge.
Like,
but
I
great.
mean,
but I don't disrespect
their whole
her.
lives. 70-year-old person lived their whole life with her as like a part of their life.
I guess it is hard to understand just not being British. I'm not into the royal family. I never have been.
You hate them, actually.
I have my qualms. Yeah, I do.
I thought when I saw the picture of the 18th green and then the big jumbotron or video board that said that plays was suspended, I thought it was a Photoshop. I was like, what? Is suspended play? Now, yeah, we've said it a bunch. We're not British. And the fact that like I didn't even know they actually canceled the Premier League game. I find that
all
that's
weekend
stunning.
All
That
weekend.
is stunning.
Stunning, right?
What are we talking about?
And I thought also they did a big moment of silence before the Jets Ravens game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we fought against the monarchy.
it's the wrong soil.
Yesterday was 9/11. I don't know. I just felt like just didn't love that moment.
I
of
certainly don't
silence.
think American
It's not
sports need to be doing anything.
It's not disrespectful to want to play a soccer game because the Queen, who's 96 years old, died peacefully in her sleep. Let's have a moment. Let's have a moment of silence. Let's put a black armband on the sleeves and let's play some
I
soccer.
saw somebody they did a 2-minute moment of silence.
That's a long time.
Fucking eternity.
Remember when you told us at Myrtle and we tried to do a moment of silence
Yeah.
and we failed miserably and Rich
Yeah.
was like, "Yep, it was not the best moment of silence."
I said that I wanted to do a moment of silence. I just kept talking.
I can understand. I'm not so
Sums you up
anti-royal
beautifully.
family that I don't understand like all of Britain wanting to pay homage to the Queen, and then they can do it in various ways. But I don't think American sports need to be doing anything.
One of the funniest scenes ever is the Canadian royal wedding from South Park. If you haven't seen it, make sure you
So
go watch
good.
that episode because it is all time. I like it. I like the royal family. I'm not like but I like it. I'm pretty into it. I just think the weddings and all the bullshit.
I think they have
pretty
more
interesting.
influence than we think. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
know that they don't make like actual decisions, but then like you can break it down like no heads of state actually make the final decisions. It all goes into bureaucracy bullshit, and there's all these different groups that have to make decisions. I think that they have a lot of influence. I think she met with the prime minister like every week for 70 years. I mean, things were being talked about like where they wanted, Britain to go and all these things. I think it's a pretty monumental loss for Britain. I think there's no way around that.
Do you think that the obsession or fascination with the crown and with the king dies with Elizabeth? Do you think there's going to be the same passion for King Charles?
I think people are going to go crazy when they see like a male rocking like one of those big ass crowns. She had like the small crown. She was very petite.
I think that was part of her appeal was that she was so unthreatening and
She
so
was unthreatening. I think
unimposing.
it's going to be wild to live in the year 2022 and have a dude walking around with a cape and a crown and like.
But are they going to present him that way?
I think he'll.
Are they
going
going
to
to put a fucking crown on his head?
Yeah, dude. I think so. No.
I don't know. I'm saying.
What did they used to do
I think
71 years ago?
Part of Queen Elizabeth's appeal, I think, was that she was in like a top hat and she was like dressed really like she was a small woman. I think having a man walk around with like an army behind him and a crown, it's
going to be
probably not great optics.
I like I like Game of Thrones, right? Although I'm 2 episodes behind, it might not seem that way.
Doesn't seem like it at
I'm
all.
a little behind, but I like that. I like it
You're on
in
the
the
recap show. Like you're like known as one of the bigger Game of Thrones fans at the company.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
I
I
had
like
you as the first guest on their show.
well, we're friends.
I know. I'm just saying you got to.
we're all quite friendly with
Thing.
one
You got to
another.
watch the thing.
And I watched it for that when I did that show. But I like those shows in the context, and I know there's no, like, the Game of Thrones isn't in the past, but it's like, oh shit, there's a king who's going to cut off your head if you do this. In the context of 2022, it all feels a bit silly to me. A guy walking around with a crown on his head, it just seems silly to me.
It is
I think
silly,
it's
but
over. I think it's kind of over. I think it's going to really peter out with the king. I think she was amazing, and she still ruled when it still mattered, and she was presided over all of these changes. He's coming in as a figurehead. I think it's going to start.
Yeah,
to
but I
die
think
down.
they love the next one, Prince like William and stuff, all that. I think they love them.
I'm
I don't
a
know.
Harry
Did you guys
guy.
watch the Harry and Meghan interview like last year?
Yeah, with
The
Oprah?
one.
I watch
Yeah.
that shit.
Did that change your view of the Crown at all?
Nope. I already knew
No,
that
I
shit.
knew all
That
that
stuff
shit.
going in.
Yeah, it's like you know.
But if you watch the last
really-
season of The Crown with like what they did to Princess Diana, if that's all true, that's insanity. So yeah, I mean they've always been kind of cutthroat.
right?
and
No, I
horrific
don't.
people,
That
but
doesn't affect me at all. I don't give a fuck.
that's also the way kings and queens operate.
That's right.
That's why
part
you're
of the
saying
deal.
it's silly. Like they're still doing the same thing that they were doing like.
But they're not.
Years
You
ago.
can't. King Charles isn't going to have somebody's head cut off.
I mean, they might.
What if
they
he
might
wanted?
fucking
If he
kill him in
really,
a tunnel?
really, really wanted to, he probably could.
They might kill him in a tunnel. They might not fucking knock their head off, but they might fucking
Cut the
figure
brakes.
They might figure out a way.
Prince
dude.
Charles ain't about that.
I got 10 fun facts about the Queen.
Let's hear it.
Ooh.
I'm excited about this.
This
now.
is fucking crazy.
Queen Elizabeth II was born at 2:40 a.m. on 21st of April, 1926. That one's not that interesting, but she was crowned queen on June 2nd, 1953. Watched by, and this is in 1953, watched by a TV audience of 20 million people.
People are very interested in it, and I
found that shocking. In 1953, 20 million
Have they
people.
crowned him yet? Are they televising that?
I think
Got to, right?
It's got to be after they lay her like fully to rest.
It's going to be on fucking Peacock. Nobody's going to watch it. It's like-
You have to switch from Golf Channel to Peacock.
But
They
there
go
are-
from no ads to it's behind a paywall.
there's varying degrees to this, right? Like I'm not that into it, but I was just back home, and my aunt is super into it. Like when William got married or Harry, she had her friends come over at 5 a.m. and they all wore those crazy hats and they had tea and crumpets.
dude.
Sounds
is.
awesome.
It's just something to care about.
It is, and so like I get that there's definitely people who care about it, and clearly in 1953 when it was much different in a lot of ways. 20 million people watched her get crowned.
true real life drama. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like it's
that's true.
It's actual reality TV, but like there's just one family that they keep having the bloodline, and they're just keeping it intact, and it's been since the fucking beginning of their reign. And like these people have just been obsessed with this royal family, and they've just kept it going.
I just don't know what the stakes are anymore.
The craziness is, and it is true. The stakes are gone now. So, like to everybody's kind of point, it's fizzling. It's not what it was. But
Stakes in what? Like
throughout pretty much all
What
of
are they?
Who's on the throne?
throughout pretty much all of history, like Game of Thrones was how everything was run.
Yes.
Like that's just how it was done. It was like people married into their family and married for arranged marriages, and if you didn't treat the king right, you'd be murdered. Assassination for like Roman emperors was extremely common. Like as soon as they got to a point where people didn't trust them, they would just get killed. It's like that's just what happened for thousands of years. That's how everything was run. And then all of a sudden we got like this democracy, and it's obviously seems
Right.
quite different. but
Her
it's-
reign was so long, and I'm not. It's because things changed, and there was no like. Nobody's going after her.
No.
Nobody's going after Queen Elizabeth.
No, they're like, yeah, she's great. She's got cool
Well,
hats
there
and
are
shit.
a lot of revolutions where the monarch's head has ended up on a stick. But
That's what I mean.
Never quite happened in England.
Right.
Longest reigning monarch in Britain's history.
That makes a lot of sense.
That makes a
People
ton
are
of
living a lot
sense.
longer.
And to Trent's point, she just got like beyond the point where they needed to kill the monarch. Like, right? Like it was just like, oh yeah, she just now.
Yeah, she shows up. It's nominal. It's in name.
I
She's
remember
like,
her mom died, and it wasn't that long ago. I think her mom was also insanely old. They've got some really, really good blood.
yeah. How
in
old's
that family.
Charles?
Charles is I think he's 73.
So you're telling me that there's
He's the
no
oldest to ever
stakes at
ascend to
all
the
if,
throne.
if another country assassinated the queen like 2 years ago, you don't think that like a world war would have erupted?
I'm saying that we are at a place where that would never happen.
All right, I don't
She
know.
would live till she was 97.
Or I know, but I'm saying you don't think like someone would like take action on her?
No,
I think
because
it's more
I think it
likely
doesn't
like a
matter. They don't
domestic-
need to.
It would be like
She
a
doesn't do
domestic
it.
terrorist who is like fed up with the monarchy. I don't think it'd be
Right.
like a foreign power.
Okay.
Yeah, not that she doesn't do it, but she doesn't do anything to the point where it wouldn't be worth the risk for them because they don't need to risk it. They're like, yeah,
Gotcha.
she's just in her little palace there.
Right.
Who cares? In the last decade, over 4 million people have chosen Simply Safe Home Security to protect their home.
You guys are
I've got
homeowners now.
Simply Safe. I love Simply Safe.
I got Simply Safe in my home. I got cameras up there.
Yep. When people walk into my house, they know now to like wave to the camera. It's in like the top left. Or when they're leaving, they'll say bye to it. It happened to me the other day. I had a bunch of friends sleep over, and then I was able to see from my bed when they left, and they said bye, Frankie, and I watched them on my fucking Simply Safe camera. It was amazing. It felt like the 21st century.
Kind of a great arc that when we started the show, nobody was a homeowner. Now we got two guys who can use Simply Safe. We've had Simply Safe on the show the whole time.
Used
Yeah.
to talk about my parents using Simply Safe.
Now
I
you can
have a
talk about
home.
you.
I'll say too, at the Piners house, I'll have different friends go stay by there, or people rent it out, or when I go there with a group of buddies, we can just change remotely the access code to the front door. So you can use it. You can just change it at any moment, so people can just buzz in with this thing that
You
this
lock people out if
pad
you
that
don't
we
want
put
them
on
there
the front.
anymore?
Totally, lock the shit out of them out of there. Simply Safe is amazing. They protect you with cutting-edge security technology powered by 24/7 professional monitoring agents who always have your back. I feel like anytime you call somebody an agent, adds a little bit of gravitas
That's
to what
official.
they do. Yeah, FBI agent, Simply Safe security
double
agent.
It really is
Russian
simply,
agent,
it's-
double
it's-
agent.
It's simply safe, but it's very simple to set up, man. It is. You realize that when you're in the market for getting a security system for your house, that a lot of it is so old school, where they need to come in and do wiring and set up all this stuff and the system right by your door and all like the windows opening up, and then Simply Safe sends you this box that everything's connected via Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. And it's all chargeable and it's all wireless, and you can put these cameras anywhere, and they have sensors for the windows, and if the windows break, and it's all just these little things that take legitimately 10 minutes to set up the whole system. It's amazing. It's an amazing product.
Agent 007.
There you go.
Yeah.
Here's some of my
Secret
freaking
Service
eye,
agent.
man.
Secret Service
I gotta
agent.
get
I'm thinking
Lasik.
of Ari Gold.
I gotta get Lasik.
Yeah. Power agent. Customize the perfect system for your home in just a few minutes at simplysafe.com/4play. Go today. Claim a free indoor security camera plus 20% off with interactive monitoring. Go to simplysafe.com/4play. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Longest reigning monarch in Britain's history as queen, she was served by 15 different prime ministers.
Wow.
Favorite dogs were corgis.
Dude, I love corgis.
She was the only person in the UK allowed to drive without a license.
She didn't have a license.
They didn't make her get one.
Never had a driver's
There you go.
license.
There's some power. She doesn't have to take the
Did you
driver's
hear that
ed test.
anecdote about her and the Saudi king?
No.
She drove
Trying to join Liv.
no. She drove ambulances like before she was queen in the war. She's kind of a badass.
Yeah.
And they were like, but obviously she was royal. So they were hosting the Saudi royal family. And she's like, oh, you want to go for a ride? He's like, sure. He gets in the car. She gets in the driver's seat, which was a huge power move because women were not allowed to drive until like last year.
Right.
In
It
Saudi
was pretty
Arabia.
recent.
Apparently she took him on like a crazy joyride and he was freaking out the whole time.
Wow.
And she just kind of, it was like a power play on her part. Like, yeah, women can do this.
That's an incredible move.
That is a good story.
Queen Elizabeth had 2 birthdays. Her actual birthday was
What?
April 21st.
What are you saying?
That's why she was so old. She was actually like 47.
There's double counting.
Her actual birthday, April 21st. But because the weather's always shit there around that time, her official birthday was held on a Saturday in June when the weather is much nicer.
When would your
is
birthday
that?
be? When would your birthday be, Trent, if you could choose?
Man, that's a good question. So right now it's March 9th. It would be in the fall. I'd love a November birthday.
Yeah, just peak Big Ten football weather.
Yes.
Yeah,
peak
November
football.
9th on a Saturday.
Oh,
Get everyone to a bar. It's cold outside. You get in the bar. Everyone's warming up.
Yeah.
They're hugging. You see each
I'm
other.
December 18th, which is pretty good because people are always
That's a
like in
good one.
holiday mode.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
you
one.
miss being right on it, which
Correct.
is no
Oh,
good.
God.
Yeah, week
I
before
hate that
Christmas.
shit.
It's perfect.
I'm right in the
Nice.
darkness, January 30th.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when
I
people
got
are
my sister
depressed.
is on Christmas
Everybody.
Eve.
okay, yeah.
My fiance's on Christmas Eve, and her twin sister's on Christmas Eve.
So you probably ruined a couple
Makes
dry
sense.
Januaries one day early.
What's that?
Not you personally, but I'm saying there's probably people who wanted to do dry January with a fuck. Rick's birthday is January 30th, and then they do it. on the
You
30th.
ruin it.
I do feel like dry January is tough because you still got playoff football. I feel like you need to do it. Most people do it in February, right?
People try to do January.
Yeah.
Because it's like the new thing.
Right after the holidays and all
You're
that.
trying to get better. You're trying to better yourself.
Yeah, I tried to do it in February one year. I think I made it like 20 days or something.
Yeah, you did like a whole blog thing about it, right?
Mhm.
You're like, I'm going to go 45 days, no drinking.
I think that's what it was. I tried to go.
And
I tried to do the.
What, 45 days?
I tried to do 40 days, 40
Lent?
nights. Lent.
And then what you said was you made it like 23, and you said, but I did it because I could have done it. You were like, it was within me to do it. I didn't actually do it, but I could have made it 17 more
I
days.
knew I could do it, so I just stopped it.
That's
That
such a
logic
good
is
spin
insane.
zone.
All right, keep these facts coming.
She started each one of her days with bagpipes playing. Each morning at 9 a.m., the royal bagpiper would play for 15 minutes outside the monarch's window, signifying that it was time to start the day.
See, these things to me, when we're talking about power, she doesn't have global power or, political power, but she's got 2 birthdays. And
Right.
she has a bagpiper play every morning.
No
That's
one-
fucking power.
No one
power,
lived with
bro.
as much like help as her. Like even people who are much more powerful, like presidents, they don't get like that sort of hold your hand through everything.
Right.
Also,
She had multiple people with her at all times, doing like there was no concern.
I watched a
Right.
clip of her drop the puck at like a Vancouver Canucks game, and she walked out with Wayne Gretzky, and it was fucking crazy. Like she doesn't. I don't know if she ever stepped on something that wasn't a red carpet. Like like everything inside the stadium was red carpeted, and then she walked out, and it was the thickest red carpet you've ever seen.
It's like, when's the last time she stepped on grass? Probably in the war.
1960?
Probably in the war.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like I mean, the Crown's also like not real, but like you watch like she had her castle that where she ended up passing away, the Balmoral or whatever. That was like her place to just be free. Like they'd ride horses and they'd go out and their dogs would run around. Like they have all these castles in Scotland and shit that they could just be away from everything.
It sounds incredible.
So they were able to
That's
do
power
whatever
right
they
there.
want.
Just be able to do whatever you want.
Multiple castles. Dude, the castle we saw in Edinburgh, she's like her coffin's there now.
What?
Yeah. That city's like that Royal Mile leading up to that castle is like going crazy right now.
Holy cow.
She's like they're like driving her through that street.
That's pretty crazy.
We were just there. Ooh.
Whether day or night, the Queen liked a drink. As a
Transfusion?
salute to the sun, the monarch would knock back a smooth gin and Dubonnet
Sounds right.
Did you say as a salute to the sun?
cocktail with lemon and ice each morning. Formal royal chef Darren McGrady revealed in 2017.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. She's on vacation all the time.
Yeah.
She's taking,
Who's that
taking
house that
cocktails
used to
in the
stand
morning.
behind her?
Oh,
That fucking big dude.
I don't remember his name.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
hilarious. You ever see that meme? I
No.
mean, she's got like a 600-pound dude that used to follow her, and
Like
he's
a
like
mountain or
he's
a
the
hound.
absolute
Yeah.
funniest human being you've ever seen in your entire life. He's like not real. He's a cartoon character.
Yeah, he is.
I love that guy.
Yeah, being able to drink in the morning every morning, that
Right.
that shows you don't have a ton of responsibilities.
Right. You're either the
Or like
queen
a real alcoholic.
or you're homeless.
Yeah. Yes.
It's both ends of the spectrum.
Yes.
That's all I got for the Queen.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
she didn't have much, you know. That's everything that was important that she did all day was important just to her and like her surroundings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you think those meetings with the Prime Minister went?
don't
Every
know.
week. Just like,
Those are in the early
They're in the
episodes of The
Crown
Crown
for
with,
sure.
with Churchill, right?
keep it up.
Back in the day, I think they were a little bit more
Serious,
intense because
yeah.
things were happening back then. Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
I mean, the world was in a different spot at
And
that
the King
point.
used to have to like give a blessing to like pick the Prime Minister, right?
Now
I
they're
think the
like
King was,
knighting like Sir Paul McCartney and shit. Like that's
Yeah.
all they really
I
do.
think the King was pretty involved in like who was going to become a leader. I think he had some pretty behind the scenes influence on the
I would
votes
imagine
and
so
everything.
back
else.
in the day.
But now I think it's just like whatever.
I'll agree with you that it's definitely a show and it's crazy that it is what it is. But there's no denying it's interesting and it definitely gets my attention.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
I hope that he wears a crown, a big ass
He can
crown,
wear a crown. I would imagine he's a king.
big fucking crown.
Is he kind of a
Big
dud?
old Burger King crown.
People don't like him because of the Diana stuff.
Yeah, and he's just been
Yeah.
wanting this for so long. It's almost like when a guy wants to become a member at like an elite golf course and they like don't let you in.
Yeah.
Like he's just been wanting to be king for so long, and his mom just lived forever. And
Was-
it's just
Definitely rest in peace, but it was a great day for Twitter,
it was funny.
which is crass and
A lot of
Not
toe
one.
in the line jokes that were really
Ton.
funny.
Ton of them.
that's like rest in peace. But that's when the internet is fun again. Internet's these days it's a lot of time it's not that fun.
Yeah, I agree.
It's
with that.
gotten to a point where it's just like, oh, it's a grind.
Also-
but when something like that happens and people are willing to toe the line, like you're saying,
Yeah.
it's fun.
Also, doesn't it make you just like the Queen of England? You could be the Queen of England. You can be the Queen. All that power, you're still dying.
Yeah, people are still gonna make memes about you.
You're just dead. I'm
She's
just
dead.
saying it's happening to all of us.
Here we go.
Even the fucking
That is
queen.
true. That is
Even
true.
the queen, like all that power, waking up with bagpipes. She's as high as it can
Drinking
get.
gin at 7 a.m.
Dead. Done in a coffin.
Yeah, man.
Dead, dude. It's over for her.
Yeah, but she made it to 90.
I know, but it's
6?
over.
96, I think.
It's over. It's over.
It's a good run.
Blacked out.
I'm not making it to 96.
lights.
That's
You don't
for
think
sure.
so?
No
chance,
fucking
bro.
shot. My fiance and I have this conversation all the time. She gets really mad at me. But
I'll make it past 50.
I'm like 62, 63.
Play this audio
That's where
back
my
for me
head's
and be
at.
like,
Really?
you're the luckiest person
Yeah.
on the
Pretty
planet.
low.
It is pretty low. I'm a man of a few vices, and I feel like
But then sometimes they'll have those people on who are 104. They're like, what do you do every day?
smoking cigarettes in the morning.
I eat 4 Butterfingers and I drink
Yeah.
2 Coors Lights.
Yeah.
I'm
Dude,
100.
our
Dip for
girl was
walnuts.
drinking every day. She's fucking
Right.
96.
Yeah.
You have some lady in China that would like dip walnuts in fucking gin and like eat walnuts and she's
Yeah.
like 125 years old.
I think stress is a big factor. You're
I think stress is a
inflamed
big
lot of the time.
factor. I think stress,
And
happy,
I'm
just
so
being
stressed.
unhappy.
I
all the
know. I think
Yeah.
inherently everybody's really stressed.
I think
feeling
internet
of the hot
bloggers are probably, we don't have the stats on this yet, but when they show like average lifespan by profession, I don't think internet bloggers are going to make it that far.
Well, I
No
mean,
way.
You look at
No, we're done.
Sitting inside, staring at screens, just being told I'm
Getting
a
stressed
loser
out
you
over
are.
everything on the internet.
Yeah, we age like presidents.
They say you're supposed to keep your car, your what do you say, like your body's like a car, and, like you got to do oil changes and shit, bro. My car is running on fumes right
I
now.
don't have any wheels.
I haven't put gas in it. It's just like making that loud noise.
No oil. I think at some point this podcast needs to have a health
Do you
initiative.
think we could turn it around?
Yeah.
Yep. Exercise would
I do.
probably be a big one.
You think you can turn it around, or you think the damage has been done?
It's
Like,
really hard to eat healthy and have a healthy lifestyle doing what we do. It's just really hard when you're traveling.
Are
It takes
you-
so much energy.
Are you healthy? Do you think you're healthy? Does your fiance like try to make you eat healthy?
you don't eat cheese and shit. But
During
that's
the
because you're,
during the
like,
week,
allergic?
she cooks and we eat well, but when I'm on the road, it's just so tough.
impossible.
You're going to a restaurant you don't know. It's like, and also, a lot of times we're traveling places that don't necessarily have like a chopped salad option.
Right.
No,
You know what I mean? It's
right.
like I'm gonna get
Also,
a pulled pork
yuck.
sandwich.
Right.
I think I had
Also, fucking yuck.
I think I had
dude.
a pulled pork sandwich like 6 times. In
chopped salad.
Yeah.
Dude, I know.
chopped
That's
salad.
what you got to do, Frankie, if you're going to be
Fucking
healthy.
send it back.
I landed in Boston at 9:30 last night. Got to the hotel, got a room service cheeseburger, ate the fries, drank a Coke, and went to bed. Like that's not the recipe for a healthy lifestyle.
But it's funny because sometimes I will get healthy for like a week, and I'm like, "Fuck, I feel much better." I
Yeah.
forgot that like being healthy and working out makes you feel a lot better, and then
There
you
is-
don't do it, and you're like,
The
"God
other
And
day
damn
we were
it."
sleeping.
talking-
Sleeping's
Trent,
huge.
Trent and I were talking at the golf course, and I was talking about eating healthy. Like I think he ate. You had something at the course.
Snickers
you
bar.
You had a Snickers bar, and you're like, "You want one?" I was like, "No, I'm just gonna skip that. I'm gonna skip that Snickers bar." And he's like, "Why?" And I said, "If I just think back to my last 7 days of meals." If you really think about each meal, like I've had bread in every single one. I've had cheese in every single one of those meals. Every single one. I've had sauces in every single. Like I haven't eaten anything healthy in a week.
When's the last time you had fruit?
I do have fruit. I have fruit like almost every night.
Okay, there you go.
I cut up strawberries and kiwis.
I saw some quote, I think on TikTok
I'm obsessed
yesterday.
with fruit, like
that,
cold
that'll-
fruit.
That helps with food. I saw this quote, it really stuck with me. It says, "You're either going to have to deal with the pain of discipline or the pain of regret.
okay,
And the pain of discipline is in ounces, and the pain of regret is in pounds."
okay.
So there's going to be a sacrifice either way. You're either going to eat the Snickers and you're going to feel like shit about it later, or it's going to suck to not eat the Snickers initially, but you're going to feel good.
I
about
also
it later.
don't think, and I agree with that. I don't think it's wholesale changes. Like when I've gone on diets in the past, I change everything where I don't eat carbs and it's only greens and it's only vegetables, and it's only fruit. But you skipping out on that Snickers bar, that's progress. Like it doesn't have.
Maybe like no
Trying
French
to
fries for a
get
month or
ripped.
something.
I'm trying to live longer. Like, how do you get healthy? Not like stop eating bread so that I can get a thinner face. Like, how do we get like healthy?
I think
That's
they all-
exercise. A lot of that's
it's got to be exercise,
Cardio.
right? Get your heart pumping.
Yeah.
Cardio. I know, buddy.
I
We
got
were
a
actually
Peloton. I haven't turned it on in a year.
talking about this past weekend with my guy Bob, and him and his wife. They love to have drinks. We talk about it a lot. Every time I'm with them, we have drinks. Great time. But he was saying they're in like their 60s, and he was saying, yeah, we go see the doctor. He's a successful guy, so he's like very worried, obviously, about trying to enjoy the spoils of a successful life and enjoying and wanting to be able to drink and all that. So you go see a doctor, and he said, doctor does all the scans of like how clogged up you are, what your biological sort of age is versus your actual age and all that deal. And so the doctor's always blown away at how healthy we are. And he said every morning they get up and they do an hour of cardio every morning, no matter
Yeah.
what. And they're both in fantastic health, and they drink every day.
The fucked up part about life is like you hear stories like that, and like the person, like someone just suffered like a heart attack or something, and they were the healthiest person
Ran
of all time. They
marathons
ran
and all-
marathons.
yeah.
Sometimes it's just like there's really, you
You're
know
just
what I
trying
mean?
to-
There's
you're just trying
nothing.
to-
Yeah, but I would
in
say
your
you
favor.
far more often it's
I
like,
know,
yeah, that
I
person
know.
like ate like
I
shit
know,
and they
I
like
know.
died of a heart attack
Yeah.
because that's what happens.
Those
I
are
know.
probably genetics with
Yeah,
those people.
True. I'm just trying to make a point for like, yeah, I guess you really don't see like really.
You would
fat,
rather
old
bet
people.
on. You would rather bet
you?
on
No.
just. You'd rather bet on
No.
just be healthy and see what happens than be unhealthy and see what happens.
Like Tommy Lasorda was the fattest old guy I think ever.
Probably wasn't as old as you thought he was.
I wonder how
So that
old
might
he
be
was.
a good point too.
I think he was old as dirt.
He was
dude.
older when he was old when he died, though. He was like,
and he like ate like the mountains of cheese.
but he's the exception, right?
No.
We're playing the percentages here.
Right.
How
you-
old was Tommy Lasorda when he
I bet he was
died?
88.
That sounds about right.
I think he was in his 90s, dude.
Really?
Yeah, my
Let me
parents
see.
are super healthy too. They work out all
He was
the time.
born in 1927 and died in 2021.
Oh,
Say again.
1927, died in
he
2021.
was 95,
70.
94.
He was like
93 years old with a belly on him.
But you can't look at Tommy Lasorda and be like, "That's the model."
No. I'm just saying. I think like
It can happen.
My
Yeah.
fitness inspo, Tommy Lasorda.
Lasorda.
look at that guy, dude.
Yeah, he was. I mean,
Rest
he
in
wasn't
peace.
with us for the last decade, probably. Health initiative on this podcast. I think it'd be a good idea.
What would you like to last longer? An awesome football game, a good TV show, a legendary concert?
Sex.
I think the only football game that I would have wanted to last longer recently was the AFC Championship game. I wanted that game. Yeah, Bills Chiefs. I wanted that game. I wish they were still playing that game now.
That
And
was
I know-
an amazing
I know-
game.
They would be if
Yeah, Alex, our guy behind the scenes, is a huge Bills fan. When we were in Myrtle Beach, we
Is that what
watched.
it was? 13 seconds was left when they scored that last one? That was craziness. And they blew it.
We watched opening night in Myrtle Beach at a bar. Bills, Bills Rams.
This night end with Roman swipes.
I mean, he was probably. I mean, Alex was so excited after that game, it might have. They killed the Rams.
That game was amazing, dude. I remember. I actually met the carpenter of Barstool Golf, our guy Keith, the woodmaker. I met him that night.
He
were
is
at
our
Borelli's.
official carpenter. That's right.
He was just showing me wood samples at Borelli's. I'm like, "You want to stay for the fourth quarter of this game?" He's like, "Sure." So we grabbed a beer, and we shared a moment together where we've both never seen a game like that ever, and we couldn't. I was screaming at the top of my lungs.
You're both rock hard.
rock hard. Could have used a Roman swipe.
I love Keith. What a nice guy. Incredibly talented. Roman wants you to last longer in bed. 340% better in bed. Roman swipes are the secret to longer lasting sex. Roman swipes are uniquely formulated to reduce overstimulation without eliminating sensation altogether. The more consistent you are with the swipes, the longer and better your sex will be.
Yep.
Swipes are super easy to use. Take them out of the swipe, apply it, let it dry for 5 minutes. Enjoy longer lasting sex. Go to getroman.com/4 to get 20% off your first order of swipes. That's getroman.com/4. From the gallery.
Okay.
Foreplay at barstoolsports.com. Email it. Put from the gallery in the subject line, and we might read it on the show and discuss it. If it's a long email, we won't read it. Ethan from Ohio. Strawberry hibiscus. Favorite Truly flavor.
Shout out Nate Shot.
That's his favorite, right? Mm-hmm. It's nice to see.
I feel like Nate Schott and his crew they've been accomplishing a lot recently, and Alex would know more about this than I would. But I always want to give him a shout out. I actually bought a 100 Thieves hoodie.
Did you really?
Yeah, because I like
Black
Nate
one?
Schott a lot, and I want to support him. I feel like they've been doing well, but I just don't know how to shout him out because I don't know what's
What
happening.
have they been doing? They've been winning championships.
They won their first Call of Duty.
Here comes Alex.
They won their first Call of Duty League championship, and they're making the finals for another. Esports
So what does that mean
So,
for what does
like,
that?
They've been in the league in the Call of Duty League for 3 years, and they've made the finals twice, and they just won their first one.
How
good is this
league?
What?
How good is this league?
I mean, it's the best Call of Duty league.
and this is
So
money.
they're world class.
and they win.
Yeah.
They win
Nice.
money for winning the
Awesome.
championship.
Oh yeah, the whole team does. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He was like really emotional when they won. Like, it was like.
Was he
electric.
playing, or is
'Cause
he just the
no,
GM?
But that's what he played, and then now he's just like the owner.
Was that the clip of him in the arena going crazy?
Recent or no? That was different. But this Call of Duty League was like a month ago. So yeah.
Holy fuck.
So
they're
shout
the
out to
Call
Nate
of
Schott and
Duty
the 100
World
Thieves
Champions,
crew.
It'd
basically.
be like if we were like a lot better ago.
They won the Call of Duty Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I can just
yeah,
tell. I
Nate
see the
Schott.
clips coming out of him, and he's so proud of his team, and he's excited that they're definitely doing big things.
I saw some drama, too. Didn't he have some drama going on with this squad? Yeah. He had to, like, address something?
Something about percentages, right?
No, there was a guy that was calling out like 100 Thieves for not giving them or like basically saying that they gave him like bad workplace conditions or whatever,
Okay.
and like weren't paying them enough. And they
So
were,
it was you and E-Bug?
and then Nate,
That's what I'm saying.
No, Nate Shot was like we gave you an opportunity kind of thing, and kind of went off on like work.
Because I saw he was like, I'm going to do this once. I'm going to address it once. He did, like, a
yeah,
live stream
on
or
a
something.
stream, yeah.
I love Nate Shot. That guy's a fucking man.
I think Dave talked about it on the Dave Portnoy show, and he's like, he aligns with the way Nate Shot handled it, where it's like, yeah, you're giving this guy a shot. It has nothing to do with workplace ethic or whatever.
Shout out to Nate
I
Shot.
love Nate Shot.
Nate Shot's the man. That's great. They won. So, wow. So, Call of Duty was his big game, and then now he owns his team, and they finally won the Call of Duty Championship. Unbelievable.
He's doing the damn thing.
He is.
Love that guy. Anyways, shout out to Nate Shot because strawberry hibiscus, his favorite Truly flavor.
We got video games. We got 2Ks coming out soon. Like, we're just going to be getting back in that world
We're
hard.
going to be streaming. It's going to be cold out. It's going to be winter.
Hard.
Streaming season. Do you guys think the dentist knows when you overbrush the night before in the morning of your appointment to try to make up for
Sure.
lost time?
I heard a rumor that the dentist knows if you suck dick.
What do you mean?
Excuse me?
That they could see, like,
How
abrasions in
much
the back
dick
of
do you
your...
have to suck for it to leave it?
No, I think it's, like, not that much at all.
You think one dick and then the dentist can call it out?
Yes, that's what I heard.
It's like,
That, he
I
can
don't
see
think that's
impressions
true.
in the back of your
How
throat.
like aggressive
Depends,
are you? Like,
depends how you're sucking dick.
are you
Right.
getting your face like
We're at a country
fucked?
club. I'm
Is
trying
that
to
what
do
we're
it.
talking about?
I'm pretty sure I heard this rumor that, like, they can... I mean, Alex can't even keep it straight.
The dentist is like, looks like you chew tobacco and suck dick. That's what you're saying?
He's looking in there. He's like, must
I
have been
did
a
go
big
to the
one.
dentist and recently, and she
You
was
got
like,
caught?
No, she was like, your gums are receding a lot. She was like, do you chew tobacco? I was like, yeah, a little bit. She's like, do you want me to tell you to stop? Like, you know,
Right.
you know, what we're
You're an
doing
adult.
here. You're
I got to get to that.
you're gonna
Yeah, that's
stop,
one
right?
place
I
I
was
just
like,
don't
yeah,
go to that often.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you guys? Are you guys
afraid.
honest with the doctor when you go?
I'm starting to be now.
I've
you start to
I've
realize.
always been amazed at people that lie. What's the point? in
well,
lying?
when you're a kid and you're like 15 and you go and the person's like, do you
drink?
smoke or you drink? You're gonna be like, no, because you don't want them to
True,
tell.
but I mean, as an adult.
Also, like at school, we used to go and you lie about, they'd make you fill out like, how many drinks do you have at one time? And you'd be like 2 or 3 if I'm really going crazy.
You have,
But now they're on your side. There's no one for them to tell.
right.
So
The
it's-
downside is you don't tell them and something's going on and it hurts you. The doctor doesn't care.
That's what I mean. I'm always like, that's the one time to be as honest as humanly possible. Like, I need to know where are we at here.
Right. He's
You
not,
know?
the doctor's not going to judge you. He's like, maybe,
They'll
but
judge you.
but the judgment will come with good advice.
But then when you
Yes.
walk out, that judgment doesn't matter. Like that guy is not part of your social scene.
He's grabbing your dick and shit, though.
So?
Yeah.
He's
So don't
doing-
you want him to know all the information?
100%. I'm saying he's definitely judging you.
Yeah, that's human
Josh
nature.
Isner right behind you.
How you playing?
It's the man behind the lock.
Hey, Gisner.
Oh yeah, can you come give a lock update?
Oh yeah.
Can wait.
We do need a lock
have,
update.
Oh wait, is he on the camera?
Here you go.
Hello, Josh.
So this is the man behind the lock.
I got.
How's it going, boys?
This has been one of the bigger sagas of the year,
Daniel,
by the way.
good to meet you.
Good to meet you.
So for the lock, roll up to Pebble and get to the front door, and I look at the lock, and there's just nothing there. It's like a hole right through the door. And so I go in the room in the front door, and there's just like 5 metal parts just sitting on the counter. Locksmith comes, but great news, he was able to get it set up, so I have 1 key for both locks.
Which is an improvement from what it was
Huge.
before.
Some are saying you're a hero for breaking it in the first place.
So when we deal with Frankie, we get his side of it, and he's neurotic, he's insane. He's thinking this is the worst thing that's ever happened to him. What was your level of worry while you're getting texts and calls from Frankie?
Well, so Frankie texted or called early the day shit was hitting the fan, but since that, he was not in contact at all. So I was actually listening to the Foreplay podcast to get updates on the lock.
Because I was telling him, like, Josh probably isn't going to care that much, and he's like, this is a big deal.
No, it wasn't a big deal. I mean, it worked out okay.
I was freaking out.
It was a little stressful while it was going on just because I had no idea, and Frankie, I think, was nervous to communicate
I was
any
very
details. So I
nervous.
was just following the podcast.
I was very nervous.
Got the updates that way.
Awesome.
Go make your birdie putt, Giz.
I like to just like stop talking when things get really, really, really bad. And I
Oh,
thought it got to a level
probably
where it
preaching
got
to the
really
choir.
bad. Yeah, it got really bad at one point where I
You
was
just
like,
went dark, kind of.
well, I was no longer at his house. And so I thought I was done talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's regardless of what I say to him, it's now his problem. So I just left it.
What a terrible outlook.
Well, I did all I could. You know what I mean? I
guess.
did all I could.
Yeah.
And I did send him. He had to text me like, "What's the update?" And I sent him exactly who to call, what the update was, and the update was you no longer have a lock.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is what it is.
All right. So there we go. That felt like the end of the lock
Yeah,
saga.
it's over.
Yeah, it's over. Put a bow.
over.
Put a bow on it.
Yeah.
Put a lock on it.
Joe, favorite Truly flavor mango.
Okay.
If TaylorMade had a TaylorMade player impact program, where do you think Foreplay would rank?
That's an interesting question.
Just with like us against the TaylorMade athletes, basically.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of our field, right? It's kind of our thing.
All
I
right,
guess
well,
we're part of the criteria.
Let's start with the ones we're definitely behind Tiger. We're definitely behind Rory.
I don't know if that's true.
See, I agree. I think
Dog.
I'm. But no. But listen.
Bruh.
We make an impact.
You think
Dan?
you're ahead of? You think we're ahead of Rory McIlroy?
But I guess, what's the criteria, right?
Rory, I'm sorry. These knuckleheads. I'm sorry, man.
But what's the
Let's go
criteria?
What was the
Criteria.
question? Because I got a text message while you were reading
The
that.
question was if there was a player impact program for tailor-made athletes, where would we rank? And I said, okay, let's start by the guys we're definitely behind: Tiger Woods, Rory McIlroy. Riggs said, I don't know about
I think
that.
Tiger is the only one where it's not a discussion.
Dude, we are definitely behind Rory McIlroy. It's not a discussion.
But the player impact program has stuff to do aside from actually putting the ball in the hole, and I think that we
yeah, no, I didn't. I wasn't a golf comparison.
right. So I think Rory's success is blinding you from seeing that. Like, we definitely have more impressions from pushing TaylorMade stuff than.
Well, it depends again on the criteria. If the criteria
Then-
is selling tailor-made clubs, that's one thing. But if it's just general,
I think it's
overall
everything. Like, we're
pub-
putting out a
I
video
still-
a week that has like millions of views.
Rory's pretty fucking popular.
Dude, if
though.
Rory's on TV for 4 hours every week,
especially this season.
winning the golf tournament, and then he's talking about saving the tour, and it's on every single talk show, and we are miles behind.
This
Rory
year, I
McIlroy.
think he's
all right. If it's
probably got
name
his beat, now that I
recognition,
think
he's
about
like
it.
the biggest thing ever. If it's like, if you're gonna actually go through the numbers of like how many times has he tweeted, like I don't know what the PIP program actually does.
They took out the social media stuff for this next year.
Okay, so
which
then we
is
get crushed.
So we're screwed.
So we
Yeah.
get crushed.
Which I
What do you
thought
mean
which
the top
was
10?
surprising to me.
Well, because a lot of the
take
guys
out
were
the social
complaining
media stuff,
about
that's
that.
what we do.
A lot of the guys were complaining about that.
In what way?
They just don't want to have to fucking deal. There's no other sport where like your social media. It's like, yeah, if you want to be more active on social media, you can get more money from sponsors and stuff. But like, I don't want to have to do social media to win like a
You can't
PGA
let
Tour
the players
competition.
dictate the criteria.
It's the players' tour. End of the day,
It is,
Yeah,
but like
they're
you
trying to
gotta
make the tour bigger. Like
social, right? The social media is like social media is not going anywhere. So
Well,
guys
they
are like, I
still
don't want to
have-
do it.
they
It's
still
like,
have
well, the
Q
guys who do
rating.
it, the guys who do it get a benefit.
Well, they still have Q rating and they still have other measures but there was one that was like just directly social media and they took that out. So now it's more like a tangential relationship to social media. It's like, how well known are you by the general public? Obviously, Max Homa's social media makes him more known by the general public, but he's not getting rewarded just for his social media impressions.
I think
known
it's
by the
just-
general public, we're in trouble.
it's wrong.
Yeah, no, totally. I guess the only reason, and I'm not even saying that we're I mean, he probably is. I'm not saying we're definitely ahead of him. I'm saying if it's pure tailor-made player impact program, who like directly is more impactful for TaylorMade specifically, I don't think it's a no-brainer. I think we probably are losing, but I think like when Rory is on like the talk show, I don't know that he's like slinging TaylorMade clubs. Whereas I think like we're directly slinging.
And I'd
we
also
don't like hide
say-
it. We just like
We
Buy
are,
TaylorMade clubs.
and this is a credit to TaylorMade. We're like a new version of it. Like the way Rory and Morikawa and Tiger do it, that's very traditional. They're like, I use the clubs and I play and I win. Yeah. We're like, we're gonna go out there and we're gonna try to get better and we're gonna put all the warts that you don't see with the Rorys and the Tigers, and that's just like a different avenue. Which is again is a credit to TaylorMade for seeing that.
who do you think? Do you think we're definitely ahead of like DJ?
As far as just selling clubs,
Of like the TaylorMade player impact program, who's more impactful for TaylorMade?
well, since the Live move, I haven't seen all that much of it. So
So I would say
don't know.
and he's the guy who doesn't seem to put any effort into. Not a ton of. He's just DJ. He's like, I'm going to try to play really well.
I think it's just really hard to draw that line, and I think this is one of the reasons why equipment companies aren't paying athletes nearly as much as far as golfers.
Yeah.
It's just really hard to draw a line between someone wearing like a Pro V1 hat and then the sale of Pro V1s.
Right.
It's just like, I'm sure it's there. It's like an overall brand awareness thing. But like what Riggs is saying, ours is way more like, hey, go buy this on our website, and then people buy it.
Right. You don't see Rory hit a drive at a tournament and then afterwards be like, everyone should go buy this stealth
Yeah.
driver.
Click the link.
I mean, they'll do the like commercials and stuff, but again, it's just hard to know exactly how many they're actually selling.
So I guess then I would say like if we think there's a chance we're ahead of DJ, then I don't think it's like crazy that we could be in the mix with Rory.
Just a weird conversation for us to have about ourselves.
Totally.
Something I don't want to continue to do.
It's something TaylorMade probably thinks about.
Yeah. And TaylorMade's the best.
Of course.
They employ Trotty.
yeah.
Smart
and Mike
move.
Essie.
Right.
And Barbuti.
King.
Barbuti, the king. And all of his outfits. Are those expensed or what?
The stranger.
That guy's got a fucking hell of a wardrobe.
I miss those guys. I miss the crew.
Me too. JD, favorite flavor cherry. They just have pure cherry? I think they do. How many places do you think you've walked on where your foot is the only foot that's ever stepped right there?
I think it's more than you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Just
think
by
so
a
too.
chance.
I like
It'd be
took-
incredible if you had a heat map and all human history heat map.
I don't know. I've been living in big cities for a while.
Yeah, those are pretty. Those are pretty
They're
trampled.
pretty L.A. I went to college in Chicago. I live in New York now.
Actually,
Not a lot of untouched ground
You've gone
there.
on golf trips though. Golf, like,
Right.
definitely gone on
I
golf
think about this
trips.
sometimes, like on a golf trip when I do like sneak off somewhere on a random tee box to go like pee somewhere. I'm like,
Yeah.
I might be the only human that's ever been like right in this spot.
yeah.
Like ever.
For sure.
But then I don't know. Like, we're not the first go round.
No, so it's unlikely anytime, but it's definitely happened. I would say where it's like no one has ever stood right here.
You've definitely caught a sliver somewhere.
somewhere.
Yeah,
That's why the
because
heat
if you're
map
at,
would be
like,
incredible. Like, how does nobody stepped right
You're at a
there?
relatively new golf course. Like that used to be just non-walkable land, and now all of a sudden you're dwindling it down to golfers on that golf course that have played there for, let's say, the last 10 years. And now you're dwindling it down to the guys that have walked off that tee into that fucking forest to go pee. And now you're dwindling it down to like who went where while in that forest to go pee. And I think it's like you have like a over a 50% chance that you're stepping in a place that no one stepped
I just wonder when it
Yeah, I
wasn't.
think it's probably pretty high in
modern
those instances.
When it wasn't modern society, there were people probably out in those woods.
Oh, you're going way back.
But well,
Yeah,
we're
we're
talking
saying
about
all time.
we're talking about all
Yeah.
time. It's
Well,
like
if we're talking
Right.
all time, then it's
like Native
it's tough.
Americans and shit.
this is what I
like-
mean. It's like there's people. Just
Yeah,
because-
I still think you have a better chance that you stepped somewhere. There's a footprint of mine that is yet to be stepped over.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
Dude,
Not
there's
one
been a lot
place?
of people in a lot of time.
Not one place.
I just
A lot happened before you were born.
I know. There's a lot of people who've come through.
Billions of people.
This is like trying to find a spot for the dollar. In that
I'm going to say
restaurant
no.
or
I'm going to say it's
beach.
never
Yes.
happened to me. I really don't think it has.
Never, I think, would be low, but
Because
I
even
do
on
think
golf
it's less than people think.
Even on golf courses, like someone built the golf course. Like someone was there like surveying and shit.
People have been just walking around that golf
You know what I
course.
mean? You kind of blew my mind with the of all time. You know, like there's been people
It's
around
gonna be.
for a long time.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna try and do this now.
I know, me too. Like Tasmania
Yeah.
would have been a good spot
Yeah.
because we were just
Yeah.
out there, man.
Yeah, but the snakes, you don't want to be too off.
But
It's
do you
out
wanna
there
make
to us,
history?
but there's still people that live from
I
Tasmania.
do want to make it.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the history of Australia, I think, is interesting in that regard.
It's pretty
right?
new.
Right.
It's all like they sent all the
Criminals.
convicts and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
Criminal.
try and find a spot.
Every single Australian, right? Their like ancestors is like a criminal.
Yeah. No, it was they sent them away. It was like you're not good here in
I gotta
England.
watch a
We're going to
documentary
send you
on
to
Australia.
Australia.
I bet it's super interesting.
Joke's on them. Australia's a great country.
It's just too far.
Nick Kyrgios,
Yeah.
our man. You listen to the podcast?
I listened to it.
How good?
He sent me podcasts with Nick Kyrgios with some golf journalists.
Tennis journalist. Same
Or
vibe,
sorry,
though.
tennis journalists. Yeah, I mean that guy. Total dweeb, this guy. But he's super into it. He did a great job. The interviewer did
Just
a great
to know how to
job.
handle Kyrgios? Or-
No, he did. They'd
Okay.
gotten into it like on social media a few times.
Gotcha.
No, I actually thought the interviewer did an excellent job. Kyrgios is maybe my favorite athlete now.
Yeah, he's awesome.
This interview he's great. He's
You're going to have to put
great.
that in the group.
When he's talking about Djokovic,
Talks about Djokovic. He's just basically like,
cringiest guy ever.
he just calls him cringeworthy. He's like, I mean, he's just cringe. He's like, when he does his celebration at the end, he's just super cringe.
It's low key the meanest thing you can say about anybody in
Yeah.
2022.
Dude,
you
what
call
else?
somebody cringe, it's like, fuck.
Chugi.
And he's
I gotta
talking like
figure
the
it
guy
out.
with the most major slams in history that he plays against, and he's like, he's super cringy.
How recent was the interview?
3 years ago, I think.
Okay.
So this is before he's buttoned it up a little bit since then. This is when he was like peak fuckboy.
Great too when he won wherever that one tournament he was that he won that he kept talking about, where he's like, yeah, I went out every night till 4 a.m. I can't believe I won. Like I don't know how I won. Like
He
it was
gives
just a
me-
crazy week. I
Acapulco,
went.
was it or something?
Yeah, and he's like, it was so bad that I had my going out clothes in my tennis bag on the court. And he's like, there was so much fun to be had. And he's like, and I don't really like tennis, so I just wanted to get off the court.
He gives
And
me
the
Rodman
minute
vibes.
I got off. He's like, I just wanted to change in and go out. There's so much fun to be had, not here in this fucking tennis arena. And it's all out there. Like, we got to get out there.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
All right, I got to listen to that.
He's fucking great. He's absolutely great. Listen, when you're on the course, crushing drives, maybe crushing beers, having a great time, the last thing you're thinking about is hydration. You know what? The next day, that's all you're going to be thinking about. That's why you need BioLite. BioLite is IV in a bottle. It is a physician-formulated recovery drink made with all natural ingredients
Throw me
that will
that
help
bottle,
you
Alex.
feel better fast.
I
Just throw it to me. Oh well, I just want to show people the bottle. Okay.
I drank 2 of them.
It ain't empty. It's
I
not
drank,
totally empty.
I drank 2 of those today already.
So did I.
They're
I drank 2 of those. So that's, what is that? That's 13 sports drinks?
I woke
That's
up
13.
feeling dehydrated, got to the golf course today at Wollaston, and I saw that we had BioLite on ice here at the Barstool Classic. I looked at Hannah Cook, and I'm like, this is going to save my day.
Yep.
I literally opened it up knowing that now I'm getting the exact stuff I need for hydration. Like, I felt dehydrated, and now today, like, as the day's gone on, I feel incredible.
Yeah.
It got me back.
It
just works.
Could have
It's
used
really-
some in Vegas.
Yeah.
It just gets you back, man. And also, if you do
We'll go
this
back.
like mid drinking, if you crack one open at like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. in the midst of all the beers, and
Yeah.
it's a
And it
game
tastes
changer.
good too, so you just
Yeah. You just
Tastes
get ahead of
great.
it.
you forget that you did it, and you're like, wow, why am I not that drunk, or why am I not so hungover?
Right.
That's why.
BioLite.
It comes in 4 different flavors. They got citrus, berry, tropical, and melon. It also tastes great, unlike the most recovery drinks out there.
I love citrus.
6.5
I had a berry this
sports
morning. It was
drinks
good.
are equal to 1 BioLite.
Wow.
So if you have 2 like Trent, you're in the 13 range. Pretty good. Trust me.
My piss is clear.
Put a few bottles in your cooler before your next tea time. You will not suffer the next day. BioLite is now available to purchase directly on their website. Go to drinkbiolite.com/barstool. Use code 4play for 10% off your first order. That is drinkbiolite.com/barstool. Code 4play for 10% off your first order. Tyler from Minnesota, favorite Truly flavors, black cherry. Open parenthesis, Trotty is the man. Close parenthesis.
True.
Whose swing would be considered for replacing Bryson's as your logo? Tiger Woods is exempt.
We did this. Actually, we should have changed
Kevin
it a long time
Kisner,
ago.
right?
Kisner, when he won,
Or the leg
We have
kick.
to talk to
Yeah,
the merch team because I remember we tried to do this. We tried to switch it, and they're
was
like,
thinking
"Well,
about that.
all the stuff that's already in production has already been made, so like we can't do
There's
this
a
Lag
right
time.
now."
There's like a weird lag.
But
time.
have we talked to them about?
this was like 2 years ago.
I don't know that we even use that logo anymore.
I got an update recently. I think come Black Friday will be good.
Are we going to do the
switch the
Kisner leg
logo?
I
kick?
think all the new stuff is coming out. Like that will come out can be not the old one. So I think we
Wait,
should
what about
do
the podcast logo, like on Apple Podcasts and Spotify? Are we keeping that?
Is that still the Bryson
Yeah,
one?
it's the green Bryson one.
probably change that?
We got it. I like the Kisner leg kick. I think that's great.
It's a good one. People saw it that we put on some shirts last week that we put out for Kiz when he got elected to the President's Cup team or
Yeah.
selected, not elected. Well, I guess elected. One person elected him. It's the captain of the team. He people like that a lot. So we should do the leg kick one. I
Okay.
agree.
I think that would be best. I don't know what even the other options would be.
I don't think anybody really. That's
It can't
just like
just
one
be
of
a
us.
swing, right? It's got to be some sort of like fist pump or action.
Plus, we
or
have enough
something.
like secondary logos at this point where it's like that's yeah.
Our relationship
Do
with
my
Bryson
little
is our relationship. Yeah,
shit.
That guy?
Yeah,
our
That guy's great.
relationship.
yeah, he's cool.
That is cool.
Our
John
people
Feidelberg
love
would
it.
love that.
Our relationship with Bryson at this point is so weird that it's weird that we still have him as our logo.
Really weird.
He's a YouTube competitor.
He is a YouTube competitor, and he's just an overall weird guy to us.
Yes.
He's a weird guy all around.
Good player.
What has your interactions been with Bryson over the years?
Whew.
Positive, negative?
I had one really, really negative one. He apologized.
Okay.
So you gotta give credit where credit is
I got
due.
no issue with that. A nice apology.
Yes, totally. I saw him at Live in New York or in Portland, and I got to say he was in a totally different headspace.
He's happy?
He's got his whole crew around.
Right.
So he's got his whole at the PGA Tour. They obviously don't let anyone inside the ropes really during practice rounds. Definitely not during a real round. He had his whole camera crew, like his whole YouTube crew, filming during the fucking competition.
Right.
And so he's a guy who I think is a little bit socially awkward or uncomfortable, but when he's around his people swear by him. So I think he's just like way more comfortable in the setting that he's in now. And I think if we had him down and sat him down for a conversation, we would leave liking him. I just think it's a situation where when he gets put in somewhere that he's uncomfortable or that he doesn't have his people around him or he feels on the defensive, he doesn't really react well to that.
So we've had him on the show probably 4 or 5 times now.
When's
Yeah.
the last time?
Years ago.
Yeah. It
And
was when
we-
it broke off when the Brooks and Bryson stuff about the majors and the 6-pack and all that.
Yeah,
That's when
yeah.
it broke
And then
off.
he DM'd me and was like, I'll never do anything with you guys again.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Like, we went back and forth. And I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about. He's like, you need to be more aware of what you put out there or something. I was like, all right, what?
Jesus.
And then I just never got an answer. That was years ago. It might have been a year ago, 2 years ago. So we've had a weird relationship with
I know
him.
his team pretty well. They're good guys. The guys that he like has around. Chris Como's a really good guy. The swing
Como's
coach.
great.
Como's great. I know the guy who does his video. Adam is his name. Nice enough guy.
Bryson will say hi to us at tournaments, but it'll never go further than that.
He's surrounded by yes men, right? They all just kind of like.
Yeah, I think he like lives with a couple of them, or they used to live with him. It's like a hype house almost situation.
His video he did during COVID just turned me off.
It was a masterpiece.
Yeah.
It was
a silent film of him like driving his car.
Driving his Bentley, washing it, going grocery shopping,
So weird.
looking at land for his new house with no context. God, it's beautiful.
Yeah, he does a lot of Bentley stuff. I feel like a lot of private jet content.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, you're getting that stuff.
We're having this conversation now, but then in a couple weeks he could turn the tide and be like, "Yeah, I'll come on the show." Like it doesn't. It
Well, that's what
never
I'm
feels.
saying.
It never feels like it's over.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think if he came on the show and we caught him like in the right mood, which I think he's in a good mood more often now after this. I do think the live thing like really did good things for his mental. I think we would like him.
Did Ricky Fowler ever answer you or read it?
Oh, I can look.
Did you go with haha NVM or what?
I went with haha MVM, and I had
That's
people
good.
commenting on all my Instagram stuff, haha and NVM. Let me just check quickly here. I would imagine he didn't even see it. Come on now. Nope.
Damn.
Never saw it. It's 3 in a row.
Fuck. Come on, Ricky.
That's shit. All right. Delete them and send new ones. No, I'm just kidding.
You could unsend those, right? We've already talked about
I'm not a
it
coward.
on the podcast.
Ryan from Virginia. Just got into an insane debate with my wife while watching Frankie and the Hockey Boys on YouTube. On average, who has the better ass, hockey players or baseball players?
Oh my god, is this even a fucking debate?
P.S. My wife said baseball players, and I told her she's the most insane person in the world.
I think it's
wife's
just
the
because
most
they're wearing tight pants.
Your wife's the most wrong person on the planet.
This guy loves hockey. Ass.
Hockey ass goes hard, dude.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, come on. We're talking bubble butts.
Baseball got some good asses though.
I really
Not
just think
even-
it's
it's
because they
honestly-
wear tight pants.
It's not even comparable. These guys' legs in hockey is fucking disgusting. It's inhumane, some of their legs and their asses. It's crazy.
Captain.
Anders Lee, Quadzilla. I've never seen anything like it.
I've never seen anything like
Look at
him
the
either.
baseball players
Bro,
who are
wait-
either skinny or who they're like really
Wait
fat.
until you see the ass. Oh, I mean, we could probably talk about it at this point. I don't like talking about things that haven't happened yet, but the idea is that we're playing a scramble against hockey guys on Wednesday, tomorrow.
That's right.
Tomorrow when
Is
this
that
comes
tomorrow?
out. When this
Oh,
comes
okay.
out. You got to get used to that.
I was like, holy shit.
Took us years.
I was like,
4
oh my
years.
god,
I'm
the
still
travel
not getting
people are
used
going
to
to hate me.
I'm not getting used to it.
Took us years to get used to that.
Yeah, we've got a big we're back in the 4-man scramble. This is the first attempt with Danny at a 4-man scramble. It's going to be a fucking
I can't wait
bloodbath.
because that intensity that we saw in Myrtle. Just imagine when it's pointed toward your direction.
That's another thing to look forward to is like we just did a travel series and it was like real competitive. Like I
Real
don't know how you
competitive.
guys are going to edit that, but the people that are going to watch that should like be on the edge of their seat of who's going to win as opposed to like it being funny. You know what I mean? Like
It's still funny.
It was funny. It was funny, but
It was less goofy and more.
really wanting to win golf.
Yeah, that's
which
right.
I think is kind of a nice like change of pace. Like, we
It's-
really
absolutely.
wanted to win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get a mix of everything. It
Yeah,
was great.
No, it was good.
Yeah, I
But,
don't think it needs to be one or the other. I think it can be we can really want to win and we can be
100%.
goofy.
Definitely.
all the other stuff's gonna come out naturally, but this was the first time that like we genuinely.
It was intense.
It was intense.
The
It was really
matches
intense.
were no one was going to be content with not winning.
No, it was
That was
crazy.
the only option.
It was crazy. But now we have a 4-man scramble coming up, and it's a big one for me. It's a big one for. I mean, we haven't played a 4-man scramble in a long time. The last one was Max Homa.
Yeah.
So wait, we did Max Homa after the Bob Does Sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Max
How
Homa
many
was the
times
last
have you guys
one.
done where it's 4 against 4?
Country Stars, Paige and the crew,
Bob Does Sports.
Bob Does
Okay,
Sports.
so quite a few. So it's logistically it's pretty easy, right? I mean, everyone just gets their ball and
Yeah,
move
I think
along.
we're doing a pretty elite golf course. So I think we'll have some help with like 4 caddies and stuff that'll like grab balls.
That's
I think
enormous.
That's going to be the biggest thing
We're
of
gonna
time.
move. We're gonna move. I think
Well, I think if there are people who are picking up balls, we're going to move fast because
Yeah.
we're going to be middle of the fairway.
they
on
just
the
have to
green.
like the ones that are a decision they'll have to leave, but like the ones that are like in the trees or whatever, we're just gonna have someone picking up balls. It's
Yeah.
gonna be huge.
Yeah.
Wow, we got 4-man scramble. Team is back.
We have
got-
2
we have
4-man
2.
scrambles coming up this week, and they're both hockey related. So for like opening day, we're gonna have a video come out right before opening night, and then we're gonna have another one come out. So yeah, it's gonna be really fun. We have the whole thing set up. We have 2 really elite golf courses on different sides of the country. It's gonna be awesome.
We've
We're playing the Islanders.
I was going to say, is he going to be able to hold
Playing
this
the
in?
Islanders.
We won't give the other
Well,
one
when
away.
you
but
were like, we're playing hockey, guys, it's really big for me. It's really big for the squad.
Playing the New York Islanders
like
is
our
fucking
listeners are either
terrible.
the dumbest people alive or they know exactly what's
I say
happening.
I brought up Andrews Lee, and you were like, "We got something coming up." It's like, come on now, we know, dude, we know.
No, dude, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fucking fun. I've been playing a lot of golf with these guys, and they are just the best group of guys of all time. This team has been together for 10 years. Like, the core of the Islanders has been around forever, and they are the best guys. They have the best chemistry of all time. The fact that we're going to be out there competing against them is hilarious. I love it. I mean, I'm the lunatic in section 221 row, 8 seat 5 and 6 that has been screaming my head off for this team. I've been trying to will this team to victory my entire life, and now we get to face
Are you gonna be like
them.
rooting for
Right,
them?
as I say, you're on our
No,
squad.
no,
here.
I
are
actually
we-
You're gonna be like
enjoy-
Brick Tamblyn on the other
I
side.
enjoy that I get to compete in a athletic competition against these fellas.
My dad was a diehard Islanders fan
In the
growing
80s.
up when they won 4 in a row, didn't
Yep,
they? Yeah,
the Dynasty,
That's
yep.
some great neck.
Oh wow, yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, the island was jumping back then.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be fun, and then we're just bottling
Yes.
up the crew, and we're
he's
heading
Jewish.
out,
Thanks,
and
Brendan.
we're gonna play an even crazier one. It's just crazy what's happening right now. The
We're
4 Man
rolling.
Scramble's back, so hopefully everyone's excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good. Hockey guy. I mean, you saw. I mean, Brendan loves editing all the hockey guy stuff. Whenever we do the stuff,
We're
in
gonna get
Minnesota.
outdriven a lot. I
It's
feel
that,
like.
but they're just so witty and
do they
quick.
pump it? Do they hit it far?
Yeah.
I feel like hockey guys hit it fucking
Cal
far.
Clutterbuck hits the ball like a maniac.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a +1 or +2. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough match
It's
against
gonna be a
them.
really tough match.
gonna
Because
be like
Danny, you're your +1 right
Yeah,
now. you're saying?
I'm getting a little worse. I'm probably like scratch right
yeah.
now.
So that's Clutterbuck. He's
Yep.
gonna be there.
But
Yep.
Frankie's playing really well.
Frankie's
He's
playing.
playing
Frankie's
really
playing
well. That's huge.
at like a 3 or 4
Me and
handicap level.
like Barzell, like the same. We're the same.
Yeah. So we got guys like
Handicap.
that.
Honestly, like you need to step up.
Okay.
It's a big. That's big. It's really a big round for you.
Okay.
I think Trent's gonna make some bomb putts.
I do too. That's been a big decision. That's been a big difference maker in a lot of our matches when Trent putts well, because you can roll in some putts.
Well, I just need to see the line.
Or even
Bob
I
does
was thinking you would
sports.
go first.
The Bob does sports match proved that if we don't have all 4 people putting like relatively close to the hole, or like where you have a chance all 4 times, like you can get beat pretty easily.
Yeah,
Like,
I
we need
agree with
4
I
people
can't
playing.
wait. I
We
can't
need
wait.
4 people playing. When it's 4v1, you can get away with like one guy not really playing.
Right.
We need 4 attempts at balls.
We're gonna
going
need
the
to shoot something like in the mid to low 60s.
Yeah,
I would think.
4v4. The winner has to hit bomb putts.
Yeah, or make an eagle, make
Yeah.
a couple eagles. Yeah.
I'm gonna putt well.
Yeah, you are.
our team's going to be pretty good, I think. Like, all the things that I suck at right now aren't going to matter because you two are good at that.
Yeah.
And then when we get closer to the greens, like, I think we're going to have some players.
I finally can chip. Like,
Right.
We've
Like,
never
we're
had
gonna
that in
be-
a 4 minutes. I literally don't. I putt the ball when we have like a nippy lot.
I envision myself not teeing off a ton.
Well, that'll move it along too.
I might not either.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, these two.
Especially when they rope them, it's like me and Trent are
can't
just
wait.
get jump in the cart. See you
Right.
later.
Knowing the way
You'd be
my
like
life
Tiger
works, this
at,
whole thing will get canceled
when he's
or
playing with
something.
Charlie and when
Yeah.
his back hurts. Yeah, you go.
Just go.
I'll go. We'll meet you
We'll
up
go.
there.
That's gonna be fun.
Hopefully, it doesn't get canceled. You know,
Why
like,
would it
I hate
get
talking about
canceled?
something that doesn't. I don't know. You just don't talk about something that hasn't happened yet.
That's a good point.
That's been but then we do that. We used to have that as a policy. and
Scramble
we just
versus the Islanders
don't
is
care.
God,
definitely
if I live by that rule,
Are we?
I told people about Barstool so like in my personal life like so long before it actually happened.
Really?
I think a lot of people were at the end were like, so
it
like, are you like going to Barstool or
Right.
I was like, I promise it's happening. Like, I
Are we
promise, I
doing
promise.
social stuff? Are we gonna pump it on social? We have to discuss.
It's always the longest.
Never
discussion
know
we
what
have.
to do.
I'm excited to play that golf course. I've heard really good things.
Yeah.
I've heard it's in minty condition.
Yeah, we won't. We won't.
We're not gonna give
disclose
the name
course because we're not gonna. We can't have.
I'm
viewers.
excited about the course too. It's
The
pure.
course. I
played
think the
there?
course will be worth watching the video alone, let alone it being a 4-man scramble. So
We got some good buddies there, and we've been lucky to go out there a handful of times. It's awesome.
yeah, it's
We'll talk
amazing.
about the social aspect off mic because we'll
We
be
have
here
to-
for the
we
next.
have
This
to-
is our age-old discussion.
We're
We
having a
battle this every time.
We just don't know if we should show it. Like we go live on social, like Twitter and Instagram. Because people love that. We get thousands of people to watch live 4v4. They love watching the putts.
Right, but
And
then it
then-
cannibalizes the video.
Right, but does
Yeah.
it? Because it's not gonna come up for a month.
Well, I think if you do like the first tee or you do something that doesn't give away like the
Result.
the tenor
But then
of the
everybody
match.
wants us to go the whole time, and then we want to go because there's a bunch of people watching.
I think we'll discuss.
It's
it.
different than the home one because home one we had fans, so they knew.
4v4 is hard to like go live for too. It's just a lot going on.
We'll figure it out off mic. From the gallery still.
I think we're fucking done here.
I think we're
Okay.
done. I gotta
What
go
do you-
pee-pee.
What do you guys think? I
I
gotta
want
pee.
to go play some golf. I want
hit
to
some
play a few
shots.
holes.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a bite to eat.
Me
I haven't
too.
eaten yet today.
I gotta go pee-pee. I've been
All right,
holding it
folks.
in.
We'll be back on Thursday, per usual, for our second show of the week. That'll be. We gotta figure out when we're gonna podcast.
We got
on
to figure.
Thursday.
I was thinking about that.
Oh shit!
We got guests tomorrow morning, don't we?
what?
Yeah.
Yes.
we
Yeah,
might
we're
have.
gonna do it remote again. So our poor production
yeah,
guys are
yeah,
gonna have
yeah.
to figure
We might
that
have
out.
to
right.
do. This is something
awesome.
We
talk
can do a
about
bunch
on mic.
tomorrow.
Right.
Look at that. We're just
we
doing
got
another
busy
meeting.
Wednesday.
That was a great
We
week
can do a
meeting.
podcast tomorrow.
We got busy Wednesday.
Are you guys flying out tomorrow?
night?
Tomorrow
night.
evening.
Then we have Islanders in the morning, and we got Upfronts on Wednesday night. I got
Big night Wednesday night.
Huge night Wednesday night for Barstool.
I don't know what that night is going to be like. I have no idea.
I've never been to it.
Me either.
Why
I
is
think
it
it's
like
like
a mandatory thing now if no one's ever been? Are they like making it? They want
We always had
Barstool.
Barstool Classic
We've always
Championship
had
during it
stuff.
2 years in a row.
And it's just a huge night for Barstool, and and I think
I think it's gonna be fun.
it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
I have to play the drums.
You do?
Yeah,
No plus
I
ones,
don't-
right? Ladies, it's all employees,
yeah,
right?
all employees. Yeah.
Okay. Emma wanted to come.
Oh,
Sorry,
no.
Emma.
I don't think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
sorry,
I think
Emma.
it's, yeah, sorry.
Next time.
All right.
Come back
Next
with
time.
a text.
We'll figure it all out.
Anything else you guys want to meet about publicly here?
What else?
I got
PGA
nothing.
Tour starts this week.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're in Napa, right?
Safeway Open.
Mm-hmm.
Always a fun tournament to win because you get like a 3-year
Good luck to
exemption
Colum.
if you win this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Callum.
Yeah.
I always get that wrong.
Solid is playing.
Colin.
Good luck to him
Okay.
as well.
So
Well, he plays every fucking week.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm going to go tone it back this week. First
In
week.
between chess matches.
First week, just
He's
made the
like,
Tour Championship. Like,
did
just
anyone get
definitively
him? He's
does
like, I
not
love
need to
those
play.
first 2
He
weeks.
does not need to play this
Did we
week.
get any messages about who would be his opponent on the PGA Tour in chess?
I
Did
saw
anyone-
Andrew Putnam challenged him. I saw,
Challenged him?
he responded being like,
incredible.
I want that smoke. But
Wow.
I didn't
Yeah.
see
Because
that.
if we do that, that'd be amazing. But we also could bring him to our office, and I know like we have Stephen Che thinks he's like the greatest fucking chess player of all time.
Does he?
And Smitty does
dude,
too.
if-
They
no, we should put the
If he
two
just steamrolled those two morons.
we should bring Sahith to like Washington Square Park and have him play like in the
and then
wilds.
and
Problem
then we
is he
just
said
sneak
he'd
in
lose
Stephen
to those
Che. and
people.
then-
Yeah, he's over the board. Is something
Over
he's
the
not
board,
very good at.
OTB. Can't have that.
Fucking learn.
Yeah. You
Right,
can't
how
play
ca-
40
honestly,
hours a day.
It's the
how
same
different can it
sport.
be? And I'm not a chess guy.
It is
but-
different.
Okay.
Is it a sport?
It's
Is it a
different
game?
because like you have your app and
a
you're
game.
it's just you're so used to looking at it in the way that the app is, and I just feel like you have a feel for the board and the movements, and all of a sudden you're looking at it where they're actually coming out of it, and you just don't see it as well. You don't see the movements. You don't see the, you know what I mean? It's different. You have to
Yeah.
see. It's all about seeing what the next move is. So it's a very visual game.
Okay.
Chess. You're not actually thinking about the move you're making. You're thinking about the next 3 moves. So if you can't see it,
That's chess.
that's chess.
All right.
I'll always think about Harry Potter when you talk about 3D chess like
That's
that.
right.
All right.
Knight to D4. I love Harry Potter so much. Can we go to Disney again?
All right. We're
All right.
done here. We'll be back
Going
on
back.
Thursday. Everybody hit it hard.
Hit it hard.
Hit it hard.